Hello, everyone. It is the Foxhole Devstream, which for some reason my screen is not displaying. Why is this? That's bad. Well, me see why my screen is not showing the current. Do a quick restart. All right, do a quick restart. I will be right back, everybody. All right, hopefully. Okay, hello. So what we're doing is the dev stream is going to be online today. Right now, we're just kind of staring at the screen for Presscore. So they're going to go and raid over there in a second, I think, and that'll be that. So that's cool. Hopefully everything still stays connected. Okay, yeah, probably good. Cool. So let me put on the. I have the audio off. Let's put on the Discord real quick.
Top of the screen
They're
instead of the
starting.
bottom.
They're starting.
No, it's they faked it out.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they just.
Oh,
It was a fake out.
It's a
that's
fake
what they
out.
do every time. They're doing that.
You have to remember. You have to remember before their stream starts, they will crash their stream and turn their stream off at least
Yeah.
once.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Just like the servers.
Just like the servers.
Oh god, yeah. That
See,
man.
it was the
that
app.
man
It was them
No,
up. Like
again.
Yep, there it is.
It's up
It
again.
is
It's back.
Oh my god, that man.
Someone said, "Damn, the hamster
Yeah,
died."
no, always. Silver hamsters.
The hamster died.
there is a set of fucking things they do every single time they do this, and you should know. We should know that by now.
I know.
That's kind of funny.
The overlay will block the fucking text that you want to read.
Yeah.
The stream will
There's-
always die at the start when you're sitting there and the starting soon. Like
And it
somebody
will
will fuck
always
up and
be
hit.
late.
Somebody instead of hitting the fucking transition button will hit the
Turn off
Turn
stream
off
button.
stream button.
Yeah, and they will
Don't do
always be
times.
late. They will always be late. That's just how it is.
always late. Yes.
I mean,
It'd be funny
we've
if it-
embraced that at this point, but
At this point, it's not even a bingo card to put that on there. We should
No, no,
just
I
put
mean,
stuff
It's
on there.
you put that for the
Sweden.
free space. You literally
Yeah,
do a
it's
free
free space.
space in the middle of
Yeah,
Dev's
this-
fuck up, Dev's
this
overlay.
time
is
it was
fucked.
shotgun nerf. Was the free
Oh, yeah.
one.
You know that people are praying for a shotgun nerf, but I wouldn't be surprised if somebody just comes in and just looks dead at the camera and goes,
No.
"No."
Oh, guys, I
I
actually
mean,
had
they
a
lost.
dream.
I mean, they
Actually had
lost
a
the
dream
wall.
last
It would-
night where
be
Deathman
fair-
nerfed shotgun.
If the devs just all look at the screen and they go, "We're not nerfing shotguns," and just end it there and nope, don't elaborate, based as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
But
All right.
so we have so what do we have in here? We have the possibility of new weapons, new facility, new
No, they
probably
did
not new tank.
announcement in
Let's-
game. They did in-game
Right.
announcement.
Wait,
Trident
what?
unlocks steering.
They did? Let me look.
Yeah,
Oh,
up on the
right,
left
right,
corner.
right,
Up
right,
on
right,
the
right.
left corner.
It's up.
It's up.
Are they going to raid over from Presscore, you think? I'm kind of sitting there for a second.
Shut up. Oh yeah, they will, but it's
Oh,
up.
443.
Just
They must
go
have,
in the-
they must
go
have done it.
to-
Everyone left. Not left, but
Just go to
moving. All right.
just
Yeah,
top to
what's
the,
it?
the
Foxhole
one
game?
right
Is that
there
what it's
yourself.
called? Thing. There we go.
Yes.
Video. Okay, live. Recent broadcast. 6 minutes ago. Oh, that's the one that might not have worked. No, that's old. There we go. Okay, let's get some sound on. Now 3,000 people watching. That's good.
Were tweaked slightly from what we had in mind at the beginning of the year. Some of it based on feedback that we heard from you guys a few updates ago. I'll get into that, but I think we should just
Okay,
get
maybe
started
the-
on the stream.
What
Matt.
was the stream?
So,
Goddamn stream hamster
All
died.
right.
without further
I think I missed it.
ado, I
No,
do
stream
want to
hamster's
No,
still
talk
going.
about an
just
Your
update
hamster's
merch.
on
Did I miss
Oh,
it?
of course they're gonna
Merch,
start
merch,
merch.
so we
merch.
did, like I mentioned
Okay,
last
you know what?
time,
They're
we
doing
did
the
a bit of an
patches.
experiment
I'm fine with
with
this.
merch.
The
Okay,
patches are actually really
There
cool.
is a
They
team
look
member
good.
and
They look good.
on the team that we're excited
I
about
think the warden one looks.
trying to do
Actually,
more
no,
merch.
the
It
collie
wasn't
one looks pretty
really
good
our
too.
thing.
Both of them.
But
Yeah.
we
And
wanted
they also
to
don't look like they're
try
the
some
cheap
new
like
things.
felt
We did
ones. They look like they're somewhat
patches earlier in the year, and
plasticky
they
or whatever
ended
that
up being
like
a
rubber
lot more
plastic material
successful
is. It's
than
actually
we had even
decent for
dreamed
'em.
of. Like, it seems like you guys were very
So
interested in
basically,
this, sort
this
of
is a
thing.
deaf
So
man cry for
we took
help.
that
They
experiment further,
desperately
and we
need
said,
the
hey,
funds.
we want to do
Shut, shut, shut.
some more patches.
But if you
So
notice,
we have
both are the
coming,
same height, but we're
soon,
wide.
TM, the
Yeah.
Colonial Infantry
That's
Warden
patch
wide.
and the Warden Infantry patch. So
A
those
wide
are two new
warded.
things to look out for. And there's
But they're
also
not sold out
some. We're
instantly.
extending the merch to some new things here, which is
Ah, the flags.
the nation.
That's
flags,
cool.
both the actual Florida and the
I
colonial
will
ones.
be
And
honest, these
we
look
did,
generated. They
you know,
kind of
once
look
again,
dog
with-
shit. Like
with
they
this
just look like
merch,
somebody
it's
photoshopped the
something
images onto a flag.
that we really just want to focus
Well, I
on
mean-
But-
the quality of it.
Cool.
And
Cool.
No, we
I
can
like
do
the
a-
warden
we
one.
do
It's
try
simple.
to
The
get
collie
best
one feels a
quality
little
versions of this
weird.
stuff. We
Oh,
don't
they're
just
I'm not a
double-sided.
fan of the white stripe.
for
I don't
any-
like the white stripe.
the
No, me
cheapest
neither.
mass
You're talking about where
produced,
at the edge.
manufacturer.
Yeah.
We do actually
That's just
try to,
standard.
You won't
flag
see that
like
next to the
stripe.
pole.
do tests on certain
That's
Yeah.
literally
Why,
just
would you
standard
buy one if
variations
you wasn't?
of this from different.
It's,
Yeah,
it's
you
just
sure, I'll put
standard.
it on my flagpole.
choose
I'm
one
putting
that
it
we
on
think
my
is
flagpole.
best.
on
Do
my
they
tab.
say?
So
Do they say warden?
These will be in
black at the
limited
top?
quantities
better put
again.
them
No,
on.
that's definitely
and we'll
photoshopped
have
on.
more news
If
on
it just says
soon.
warden
The other
flag
one
right
to make
there.
sure that
Oh
the
god,
patches
that
It
are
would be
No,
hilarious if
oops.
they just had warden flag and collie flag.
into the
That would be
store.
And then
So
didn't even
It's
bother
not
to
centered
center
yet.
them. They were off
And
center on
look out for
purpose.
it. Again, if you guys like this sort of stuff,
Imagine
They
if
could
it's
actually
like
put
a
wrinkles.
lot.
more of it. Again, is not our main thing. Our main thing
Whoever
is focused
photoshopped those
on
on and
working on
didn't center
Foxhole,
them,
working
fuck
on
you.
games.
I'm sorry.
But this is just a
Genuinely,
really cool
honestly,
thing. That's
For the
something
OCD
that
people
we
who play
are
this
very
game, yeah.
passionate about and, know that.
I have
some
Yeah,
OCD.
I mean,
passionate
this
about
is
it,
Foxhole.
and,
Everyone does.
and that's why we're doing it.
But
They're
3 feet
big,
by 5
yeah.
foot flag, good,
there,
good
let's
size
move
Yeah,
flag.
that
on
one
to
flag
the
not being centered on the
roadmap.
two
So
light
just
blue
to
lines.
touch
Right,
a little
right,
bit
sure,
on
sure,
this
sure.
and just explain where things are going.
Oh,
So
his
we
builder
did the
focus.
infantry update last
Building
year, and we had
Damn.
gotten
Right,
a
oh,
lot
right, I
of
need my bingo
feedback
card out.
on the builder
So we know it's builder
changes.
update.
We
It's
tried to make
confirmed.
some
Yep.
changes
Oh,
to
no.
the bunkers,
Because they have it. It's not called minor update anymore.
and
Yeah, it's
a
builder
lot of those
focused
were
update.
smaller changes, tweaks. We were trying to
So that means
almost
the bunker base builds
too
that
much
we were
of
all
a
fucking
Band-Aid
pissed about
solution
the last
to,
time I tried it.
the
Builders
problem
can
and
catch
a
us.
Hammer.
lot of you guys, especially the builders in the community,
No, it's more of
you pointed out to
the
us
howitzer changes. coming.
the flaws to our solution, and you gave us a lot of feedback on it, and we really took that to heart, and we realized that it wasn't going to be enough to just do a couple of small changes here, and as you guys pointed out, we needed to do a larger change. So we made some changes to our
Okay, boys.
development schedule
Time to
and
bully them
our
into putting
roadmap
it to the next
take the
update.
time to address a lot of the issues that you guys were
It's
pointing
funnier
out
the second time around.
in
Dev man
a
bad,
more
dev man
proper way.
bad.
So we devoted update 61
It was more
to
of
be focused
the
on
last time they did
builder
it,
changes and features.
everybody
Now,
going,
this
howitzers
isn't
are now
a
useless. Thank you,
big
devs.
builder update like an annual update.
Not even joking. Like
but
literally,
there
that's what
are,
happened. Is they just got
quite
spammed
a
with
few
howitzers are
features
useless.
and content that are focused on the building side to, again, address those issues that we saw that we were trying to address in the infantry update, but where
Not facility
but
building.
to
Shut up,
address
chat.
the shortcomings of those changes.
We are
Yep.
we are still focused on the airborne update, but I think it was pointed out to us that we should that we wouldn't feel right about going into airborne without at least fixing some of those core problems that we tried to fix 2 patches ago.
Core problems.
At least they're admitting
Absolutely.
that
And
bunker building
to
has
that
core
point,
problems.
Yeah.
we are working
Yeah.
on airborne in the background. There's
The
there's
jokes.
uh,
Or
active
problems.
content
What the
and
fuck is
features
this Twitch
being
chat?
worked
Among
on
Us,
still,
eh?
but we did carve out
see
more
that?
time to
Yeah,
focus on the
that's
builder
normal.
sides for a while, and that will impact the airborne schedule a bit, and we're still having to figure out what that impact is,
Airborne
and we'll have
pushback a
more
little
bit.
updates on that.
Yeah, that's
in
As
fine.
long as
the
it's
That's
if they put it
expected.
to
so stay tuned
September
on
with the
that. But
anniversary,
to
I'm
get
happy
back
with
to
that.
Yeah.
this update, we can start jumping into some of the changes, and we'll start off with general
Yeah.
changes that aren't necessarily builder
Okay,
related,
here
and
we
then
go.
we'll get to the builder stuff.
Shotgun nerf.
Yeah.
Over to you, Max.
Ooh.
Extra
Alright.
range for a
So-
rocket
Again, these are
already.
some of the
Oh.
minor things, but please.
Buildings
Crazy
on
cities
fire.
can
a
be
lot of
built
this
at,
relates to
as
the stuff that's coming
facilities.
later,
Buildings
so,
on fire
the
are
first thing here on the
suppressed.
list is the extra range.
Oh
Ooh,
my
that
God.
is
artillery.
powerful.
So this
That
is
means the
nice.
fucking
That's
flame
rocket already-
flame HDD
the
bullshit.
rockets are going to
Oh
get
my
a much
God,
further
CVs
range
and cranes
than
in
they've had
facilities
previously.
and garages.
Our
Holy shit.
role for them that
Yeah.
we
Wait, in
expect is
facilities?
provide
Rocket
an
RD is-
anti-battery
Yes,
solution.
on the
So if
pads.
you're
Rocket-
getting attacked
Rocket
by
RD
artillery,
is,
then
the
The
rockets might be
cranes
able
on
to
pads
miss.
is huge
Their range is
because
much
that
farther,
means you
but
can
their
just
accuracy is
build a
also
fucking
decreased at that
facility on the
range,
front
so,
line, and congratulations, you now
we'll
have
be
Yeah.
cranes.
clear about the
Dude,
balance of
loadout
those.
button on hospitals? I've never even spawned at a
Buildings on
hospital.
fire are suppressed. This is
I don't get
This building on
this is
fire
something that
is
should
gonna
have
be
come a lot
huge.
earlier.
That's gonna
I'm
be
sorry.
awesome.
When a
Yeah.
building is like
Flame
reached a certain
HDDs
threshold of
are
fire,
going
it
to
will
be a
just be
thing now
suppressed,
because
but
you
can
just
also
walk up,
suppress
you
it by
flame
firing
it, and
flamethrowers at it,
congratulations.
just like if you were
If
shooting
it
a machine gun
suppresses
at
the
it, so
AT, the
which
AT
makes
is
sense.
turned
If
off.
you're getting hit by a flamethrower, it should be
Yeah.
They
suppressed.
must be buffing howitchers.
But the
I'm
minor
kind of
stick
curious.
itself
CVs and cranes are now
changes?
built at garages
What-
and
what
facilities,
could that
so,
be?
We have.
what we did
We'll wait
here
for.
was
We'll
now
wait
if
until
you're
we
going
see
to
is
build
also
like your
upgraded.
advanced construction
We should
vehicle,
wait until we see
you
the
can build
building
it right
changes
there
before
in
we
the
really
facility.
discuss about it.
You
Yeah.
can also build them at the mass
Ideal,
Also, the
can we
range of
just-
the rocket already could be insane or dog shit. We have to see because
and they can be shipped
unless
from
they
flatbed
fix
that way.
the
And they can be built at the
the
garages.
random
The
dispersion
reason that we
rates
did
on
this,
Artie, that could
was
actually be a
because,
secret nerf on
Gage,
Artie.
Gage, do you
one of
see
the main
the
focuses of
minor
this
slick
update
and
is trying
shelf
to make
changes
building
down in
more
right
accessible
corner?
to newer
Yes,
They
I
put
do
the
see
And
that.
it's
title
something that's
up
always been
above
Foxhole, they did?
hard
They're
to
learning!
understand
Yay!
because
They're
they
learning!
built the first vehicle for building things.
It
and
only
the
took
fact that
them
it was
5
at a town hall
years,
is-
but they're
is
learning.
confusing.
Oh
So
my
we
God.
put it in the practical locations where
Has
they
this
should
entire
be.
team they put it time they put it at the bottom?
Oh, also, can we give them praise for putting pipes in their
the-
own category as a facility
Yeah, that's
builder?
good.
Self-explanatory.
No, no.
Moss.
They're
Moss.
coming to
So
that.
you
They're still
wrote out
coming
the
to that.
hospitals now. Pipe structures category. The facility owners will know what this is about.
Thank you,
this
Devs.
is the
Yeah.
maintenance
Facility
tunnel
builder.
is
Oh,
can now supply
more tank,
specifically
more tank.
pipes. So some people have been building pipe
Really?
networks,
Which means
across
you could
the map.
also turn off your,
and,
like you said,
now
turn your
you
maintenance
can
tunnels to
supply them
only do
specifically.
Yeah.
pipes. So nice.
And we
Pipe.
changed. We made some changes to silicon shelf. This was This was we had to.
Oh my
We
God.
wanted
his
to
Just about the
pronunciation
silicon
fix
is-
shelf
the
changes.
flow of the map just a little bit. Not a lot has changed here, but we added a town to the west
I
side of
admit-
the map.
A town?
Wait,
Oh,
what's
a
the
new
town that
town.
disappeared? Isn't there a town in Stickland's shelf that has disappeared?
No,
Or is
it's
the
still,
sign for it
that's
in the
that's Breaker Town. Are they gonna make Thornhold into a town?
They already redid it.
The
Yeah,
stream
the stream
crashed.
is
No,
Yeah,
no,
maybe.
just reload, just reload.
Yeah, just
Crash.
reload it.
Oh no, it really crashed.
No, it would.
Oh, that
It's
man
dead.
bad.
Oh, F's in.
it's
Oh God,
dead.
how many
Oh,
F's are
it's
The
gonna be in
hamster
chat?
died. The hamster
no, it's not dead.
died.
Oh no, it's back.
You just need to reload.
Yeah, and then it's
West
gone
side of the
again.
map.
No, it's not back. It's dead.
Powerhouse.
It's dead.
No.
It's dead. It's
It's
dead.
dead.
Oh yeah, no, it's still spinning.
Everybody, put your F's in chat.
There's gonna be so many F's in chat.
The server hamster took it once again. They didn't get hit at the
died.
start of the. They didn't take it at the start. The crash. They took it mid game, mid stream.
How long are the
Honestly,
are
I
these
wa-
streams?
Like 45
Half
minutes an
hour to
hour.
an hour.
Damn.
Depends.
I thought it was 6 minutes.
But they always go over time.
Yeah, they always do.
So
Doesn't
are
look
those
like it
patches
was
already
scripted at all.
And
installed?
It looks like
I
they
wanna
kinda
know
just
that.
usually
yapping.
right as this ends, they pop out either the patch notes or the test server. Usually, it depends on the update tier. For big annual updates like Airborne, they won't be doing a test server, and
Right, so
least
dude,
for
can I
everybody.
take off server
Yeah.
hamster because the hamster died? Can I take that off my bingo plate?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes, you
server
can.
hamster
Yeah.
died.
Okay, the
You were
merge is not up in the store yet.
Devstream
just,
hamster.
What's the white whale?
A white whale is basically the old landing ship. Like it was basically a bunker base that you could land on a beach with.
That just
It was
sounds like a
single
good thing.
use.
Yeah. After
Food update would be
deploying
kind
it-
of cool.
Yeah.
New hexes, bro. Come on.
It's a bingo plate. It's not supposed to be the stuff I know is gonna be there.
Weather
Red
station
stream.
doesn't need changes, I don't think.
It does.
Dude, nobody knows how
nobody
they work.
cares.
Literally nobody knows how they work.
Don't you just fucking build them in a circle and they all track to the
No,
north?
dude, nobody knows how they work.
It's just math, bro. You build a few of them.
No, nobody knows how they work, literally.
Why don't we become the regiment that understands how they work?
Because
Because
there
we
is
don't-
no explanation.
totally
There's
offline.
nobody who
We
knows.
can figure it
how,
out.
How
Okay.
what works?
Weather
Weather
station.
stations.
Because they're honestly dog shit.
Yeah, I mean, even if we
The
figure
info
out
they
how
give
it's
is so
gonna work, it's useless.
unreliable.
The thing is weather is not to the point where it's such a critical thing for
Hey,
okay,
maybe-
you know there's
maybe-
you know that your current because the problem is it only affects like the current hex you're in and maybe one hex over.
Once
You have to build them
planes come
close to
out,
the
weather's gonna
front.
be important. I'm betting on it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Why don't
Well,
we just figure
airborne
it
it
out
might
then?
be important. Yeah, it
Yep.
might be a thing like you can't take off or you might get
No
knocked
No,
around in the
they-
sky or
maybe no
when
whatever.
they
bombing.
introduced weather at the beginning was like with the weather station, yeah, like if you see that there's like a snowstorm coming up and your operation is then you might have to reschedule because it sounds like they
Um,
want weather to be an actual like
The only I'm gonna be honest, the
environmental
only
threat that you
one
need
that
to account
ever
for.
has ever affected everything is when the lakes freeze over.
Yeah,
That
but
is
that
that
the
is
does
only
so
happen
time
rare.
that it's important.
nearly often.
That is so
And the
rare.
thing, and the thing is,
I've only
is
seen
you
a
can
frozen lake
see
once.
a lake freezing over a day in advance usually, because they
Is it back?
Oh, streams doing stuff.
No,
Why?
they're trying to get it back up.
They tried. Oh no.
There we go.
Okay,
It's back up.
back in.
Is it back up? No, it's not back up for me.
Well, it is
Not
for
back
me.
up from yet.
Oh yeah, Foxhole's up. Okay.
Yeah, it's up.
There we go.
Yeah, it is.
It's alive.
How far ahead are they?
20 millimeter, what?
I hate Twitch.
What?
No,
Huh.
anti-tank boxes are useless.
Huh?
They suppress
Wait.
tanks.
Go back, go back. Go...
Oh my
Where's
god,
the
they don't.
infantry?
Put the audio back on. Oh, hold on.
I think they
What
revealed
happened?
too much.
Again, if
Town
I
hall
already said
shoots 30
this,
millimeter?
I'll just say it again.
Anti-tank
But
shoots
Oh
at
my god, they're
infantry.
nerfing
way.
it so bad.
No
Tier
way.
3
now
town hall
are-
relic
are-
shoot 30 mil.
have their
Holding
gameplay
MGs and rifles
functionality
anymore.
Someone stream, someone stream, I can't
combined
see.
with the
What is
infantry
this?
Weapon and
AT
vehicle
pillboxes.
version.
Abu, please,
Didn't
switch
you
stream,
see-
I can't
Or are
stream.
you ready for the infinite
tank,
wall of
stream, I'll stream,
AT
I'll
pill
stream.
and its
boxes?
press
Now
tanks,
there's
and another
literally
bonus
no
thing,
point in
functionality is that they will
making rifle
fire
Is this the right one?
pillboxes.
at
Yeah, look at this,
enemy
bro.
infantry now.
Oh,
No,
they-
no, no.
And
no.
it's dead.
It
No.
died
Oh, it's
again.
dead. No, there we go.
Answer
What
crash
is- guys,
again.
I'm
War
sure-
kids
I'm-
go on.
I'm-
Oh, Whiskey, what's up?
Amateur
Hey,
hour,
Whiskey,
bro.
how's it going?
Jesus,
Guys,
this
have you
is-
Hamster
read-
crashed twice now, so that's two
Tier
server
3
crashes.
garrison houses,
Oh my- so
relic
wait,
bases,
18
and
is
town
getting
halls
nerfed.
will
Alright,
shoot 30 millimeter.
That's so bad.
It's back
no,
up
it's
to me.
good. 30 mil
Good.
is better than
It makes them an actual threat and not just an obstacle.
Hold on,
it
explain to me the
push
updates.
guns. It also
didn't see
scares
shit.
push gunners because that can if it hits you on the side,
Yeah, but
kills
the
you.
80 nerf. The 80 pillbox nerf.
AT pillbox
The
nerf
pillbox was no
is
real
a
threat
normal,
anyways.
but it depends on how the change to building structures goes. If they make AT bunkers,
Wait,
easier
wait, shut
Really
up.
more bunkers back.
Shut up. Shut up.
Wait,
Shut
shh,
It's
shh,
back.
shh.
A new change. This is a new change that we're making to address some
Okay.
of the pacing issues that we've seen at the beginning of a war. So right now, at the beginning of a war, players are really motivated to go on the offensive, but there isn't an equal motivator to build up. And it was almost we saw a disproportionate incentive to do one and not the other. So we wanted to balance that out a bit by providing a bonus to the
Matt
builders.
disconnected again.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
Oh no! Oh, you didn't. Sorry.
No.
he was just very still, Matt.
Yeah. no, we're good. Yeah, don't worry. But I will say though, people are saying that we did miss a couple slides or something. Like something feels off to them. Like there was a jump. So maybe after this one, just go back a couple, see if.
I think we should have it covered.
Oh, okay.
There was the
didn't even
there was
notice.
the general features, and then there was the 20 millimeter unification. The other changes they're fairly minor. If they were missed, they'll have them in the release notes.
Ooh,
so
they're minor.
Yeah. Okay.
it's probably best that we
just go back.
Come on, just go back a
Yeah.
slide.
Fair
It's
enough.
Fine, they can
Um,
just click
so
on, they can, 4 clicks.
we want
all
to
you have to do.
balance out the
What did they
pacing
missing,
of
bro?
being war to also have a rush to build and not just a rush to
Okay,
attack.
so they're making
So there's
early
going to be
war
a bonus
building,
now
frontline
to
building, less of a pain in the
building.
ass.
Yeah, especially with pop differences.
Bunkers specifically.
I mean, what scares me
Essentially,
here
the
is the possibility of
activity
early
at
war
bunkers,
AT
which
getting up
dictates
on
how
one
fast
side.
the upgrades are.
Faster?
The upgrades at a bunker
I mean, it's supposed to be
are
both, which is what it's
progressed
trying to
Oh,
make
you follow
clear.
well
will
then.
be
W.
The
higher.
problem
So
is
the
if it's
maximum
both,
amount of activity
you could possibly
that
have
a
one
bunker
side
can have
pushes,
will
kills
be
the other
higher for
bunker,
some
resetting
period
it,
of
but your
time.
side is
And
already
that's the
got
bonus.
AT
And
by the
this
time they push
Yeah.
back.
bonus
That's
is
what I'm
finite.
scared of.
It will be depleted, and eventually, and it's equal
It
on
really
both
depends
sides.
on how much
so
that buff
it's
is. Like,
agnostic
is
to
it enough to make AT half a day
player
early?
population
Because if it's
or
half a
other
day earlier,
factors.
that's
Both
scary.
sides should have an
Because it's
equal
normally a
advantage
full
here.
day.
And what we're hoping to
Yeah.
see is, again, at the beginning of a war, besides the rush to attack, there's also a rush to build up a defensive
I mean,
line.
this is absolutely going to
And one
incentivize
note there is
builders.
that activity is still required to progress, so this just increases the maximum amount of activity.
Why is this
I get it.
background
there.
so biased to the colonials?
Oh, it's an old
Short
background.
wars. So this
Wait,
is a
where
new
was-
thing. This is another. This change
Ooh.
here is to.
New rifle? New rifle?
Oh, between
same here.
updates. Okay.
So
Interesting.
this is
Ah.
to address an edge case
Huh.
that we've seen more and more as
quite like
wars
that.
have gotten longer and longer in Foxhole. There's always been this edge. We're hitting the edge case more and more where the a war is started and then it juts into when we roll out an update.
I'm fine with the draw.
And the way we've solved
Yeah.
that thus far is to intervene
But like,
by
Official break
we
reducing
call
wars.
the
them
amount
official,
of
like the people are saying
points that
official
are
break
needed
wars.
to win, and that's how we able to get a war to end.
I'm
I
not.
was a
I'm
dev, I
not
would
the
just
very.
the schedule
never
update
have them happen.
is going to be
No
rolled
breaks.
out.
Well, I mean, what's just going to
But
happen is both sides are going
we
to have
found
a
that this
handshake deal
is,
of short wars or break wars.
not ideal.
An
Actually,
It's
unofficial
really
handshake.
disruptive, and we don't like to intervene as much as possible. So we created an alternate win condition specifically for these wars. So most wars are still gonna use the normal format, but the special wars that
I will say these wars
precede the
would be
updates will
fun
use
for
this new
things like
format.
naval
Where
Yeah.
wars will end
Yeah.
at a
because then you can just on
predetermined
the last
amount
day
of
you can
time,
have
and
a
the win condition
handshake
is
deal with
tweaked
both
such
sides to
that
just show up to a
the
hex
faction
and
that
naval
Yeah.
LARP.
that has
Mm.
Like in the
that
finger.
claim the required number of towns,
It'd be
or
more of an
specifically
open water
victory
area.
towns when the end time occurs is the side that wins, and if neither side has claimed enough towns at that point, then the war will be declared a draw.
Yeah.
So once again, this is not going to impact most wars. This is just to address
mean,
the wars
Chat
before an update.
I think this is
and
a
to have
solution to
a
them being
win
like, okay,
condition
we
that
have a
feels
set
more
Yeah.
natural,
schedule,
one that
but
players are in
also
control
we don't
of
want to
It's
just
instead of
fair.
have
devs.
Yeah.
short wars.
Um,
Like we're just gonna
Okay,
let
And,
people
I like
know
the
ahead
idea
of
of
and
this.
time.
hopefully
Yeah.
it'll
Everything will
keep
come out
those
sooner, which
wars
seems fun.
as
Duffman, good for
impactful
that one.
as the other
Yeah,
ones,
it's a
while still
compromise.
allowing
Probably
us
bad.
to have
Well, they
them.
had to do something. I mean, you
and
get some
a
war that
specific
goes on
time.
50
And just for
days.
some clarity,
They're
because I
also-
feel like there's a little bit of
They're
confusion
also
in the
saying
chat.
that these are
This
the
is just for
pre-update
updates
war ones, where
preceding
people already break
or,
war
wars
anyways,
preceding an
so-
update, correct?
That's right. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, so this
this
isn't like a
will-
normal thing. This is specifically when we need to
Yeah.
roll out an update.
Right.
Need.
Okay.
Did this guy not look in the
Let's
chat
move
when
I
he
on
will
wants
to
say
the
CVs and cranes
next
of
big
films
thing.
hilarious.
So
Oh,
we
Hit registration.
Oh,
next
that's
big
good.
thing is
W.
hit
That's
registration
nice.
improvements. So
W.
You know, somebody
after
took EBAD. He's been
the
screaming
last
about this for the
update,
last.
Yep. Yep.
we got a lot of feedback on some of the optimizations we made to player movement. So update 60, we changed. We made some changes to improve player movement to make it feel smoother. And this was one step towards mitigating some of the effects of network latency. And now with update 61, we want to focus on improving the shooting side of things to tackle the latency issue on the shooting side, and
Question is,
not just
why
the
didn't they do
side.
that
So
before? Why did it come that way?
spend some time
I mean,
implementing some
okay,
improvements
now
to our
devlog is not up yet.
hit detection system. And one of the big things we've added in here is
Occasionally they throw it up at the
network
start
lag
of stream.
reconciliation. And what this essentially does is it changes our
Nice
hit
update.
detection system such that it doesn't just consider
No
be honest.
torpedo. Why would there be a torpedo rework? What?
potential hit in the
People
current
don't like the large
simulation
holes
time.
and torpedoes.
But it now
large hole
will
mechanic is
consider
kind of dumb.
the time frame at which the shot
At least
was
the current
actually
one.
done on the client. So the server is essentially able to keep track of multiple simulation.
I will say
frames
this will make
and know
SMGs
where
probably a lot more
different,
This
accurate.
tech should have been in. This needed to
Also,
happen.
just rifles in
players are in
general.
the scene at different times.
Well, it's just gonna be
and
rapid.
when a
Yeah,
shot
it's
is
just an
done,
arrow, but I'm saying like
instead of just
a
a
lot of
basic
rapid
check
fire
where it says,
weapons,
hey,
you can kind of
did this hit
you can
this
zigzag
player
line and walk through.
at this spot on the server? It will actually consider the time and say,
it's
hey,
honestly
did
like
we hit this player
a little
at
annoying.
this
I'm not
particular
seeing that shotgun
simulation
there.
time
Not
at
yet.
this place?
No, they're getting
right?
buffed.
And what this
some shots.
essentially does
And
is,
just remember,
or the
if the
impact,
shotgun doesn't get nerfed with this, that means you
is
can just
that
point
it
and
will
click
hopefully
because you don't have to lead your
reduce
shot anymore.
Yeah.
lead
It's...
shots.
There's no
Oh,
free bingo slot.
when there is network
Not
latency.
colonial ships. Colonial
and
ships are not that.
they
overall,
also made it
it
that you
should
don't lag around
improve
anymore,
the
warping.
feeling such that
Well, right there.
That's good. Though. That's good.
They
it will
say it's reduced
where the player is
warping.
targeting.
The
or
netcode
on
needed
the
some.
client
The
will
netcode
probably did
needed
as
some
much as they can
serious
on their
help.
end, you know?
So hopefully this will be a lot of netcode help.
It will create
you
more
know.
of that feeling. So this is a lot of
New
this is to
origin show,
address
that's an
some
interesting
of the
one.
feedback that we got after the
bingo
player
board.
movement changes in the last
New
update.
I was looking for the bingo.
There's a lot of
I want a 500
technical
kilogram
things
Eagle
going on
bomb.
behind the scenes here, and this is an explanation
Sorry.
of how hopefully it'll impact your player experience. And the one thing I did want to mention is that this tech is very similar to what's used in a lot of
To be
other
honest, they
industry
probably could have done
standard
this as a
first-person
small
shooter
slide
games
and then just put all the technical stuff on
that are
the
trying
log.
to get the most optimal experience
Yeah, also
over the
naval
network.
Yeah,
So
but
games
the guy
like
who's
Overwatch
talking
and
is mainly
Counter-Strike,
there for coding,
they
not
all use this
bringing
kind of
ideas.
system, and
That's
I
the
Foxhole
that's the
understand,
stuff
previously
done.
but
didn't use a
also
system
I sleep.
because
Fuck.
because of the
A lot of yap.
Yeah,
camera
like,
angle and sort of
no
the
I
one
wonder
needs
if
to know
they
all that.
kind of pulled some of this from their
didn't
work
I will
with
say
require
going
much
back a
of
the
couple
other game they're
slides,
making.
the 30 mil
height
shooting
simulation
T3
type
G houses is going to be
simulation
scary.
as first person
It's gonna be
shooter.
interesting to say the least.
I think it
Okay,
actually does
so-
more
but
damage.
I
now we've
think
got
we
to the
wait
point with these
until
other changes. We just wanted to
until the thing
take
is
that
over,
extra
then we go
step
over
and
slide
try
over
to,
slide again.
really
Less
add
yapping,
this
more
optimized
showy.
I mean,
to
I'm just
Foxhole.
talking now because this is just
And then
yap
another
about
Yeah,
technology
here
being
I've just
implemented.
muted it. Honestly,
that's
I'm waiting for
unrelated
the
to
but
this
slide to
still.
registration,
change.
but something we just wanted to mention is that
Why are all the
I
pictures
actually-
from
was
college,
an
man?
edge case
Ugly.
in the
I am
current
scared of
movement
actually the 30
system
mil because I
from
think the
update
30 mil
60,
does more damage
where
than the AT
sometimes
right
there's
now
a
from G
sudden
houses.
warping effect on players if
Well, it depends if
there's
it bounces or not.
extreme latency.
I
And
imagine it
just
would
wanted to
bounce,
mention here
but
that
still,
we've,
you have to think like
that we've made an address.
you
We've
have to
addressed that
you have to
issue.
think like, okay, I
update
push a push
61.
gun in, like a 250 push gun.
And then the
It
final
shoots
thing
a
to mention
30
is
mil
that
at me and domes my
this
driver in the
lag
head.
reconciliation system
Yeah.
will be experimental in
Or
the
doesn't
dev
dome the
branch.
driver in the head, but like
So a
splashes
lot of
the
this
top of
stuff,
it because of the
it's
the
difficult
shooting
to
angle.
test
definitely
that
a
scale
lot more
until you
scary now.
actually
Yeah, because they
test
are
it at
shooting
scale,
down.
You
right?
can't. I mean,
So
most
we're going to be looking
stuff
for
to anyway.
your
You also have
feedback
to
on
think
it.
like
So please test out
it couldn't really track. It
all
could track you
forms
before, but like
of
now
combat
30 mil
shooting
probably has a higher chance
and
of tracking
movement
you
and
and turreting
let
you.
us know how it
And
feels.
you rush into you chieftain
So
rush.
yeah,
Congratulations,
that's
you
it
get
on
hit by
Hit
Right,
like
they're
three
gonna
of
be
them.
moving on.
It's back to
They're probably just
you,
doing
Oh,
that.
finally,
So
bro.
Pipes.
What?
Oh,
What?
Pipes. Ooh. Hold on.
Right.
Light fluid mechanics.
Pipe
Yes.
fluid mechanics.
Yes.
We've finally gotten around to fixing this one very niche problem that those of you who are dedicated to pipe networks would know all too well.
Instantly disseminated across the entire
This one
pipe
guy who's
system.
been posting on our
Oh,
Transfer
Discord
limit's
on
gone.
every update since we put
That's
it
Thank
good.
God,
pipe, so
bro.
hopefully this will finally resolve that.
We all
So the
love
transfer
pipe, I
limit's
guess.
the in and out of
So
the
what
system.
we've changed here is pipes are going to work in different systems. So we're rather than have each pipe function as a discrete
Oil refinery
part that has to transfer
recipes have been
liquid
fixed
from
so that
one
you're
pipe
not
to the next.
overfilling the pipes.
All of the connected
and
pipes and
fucking
fuel silos are all connected into one big
Can you
block,
overfill your refinery over
that
time?
that increases
Good.
with capacity as you add more sections to it. And then it will transfer it to the next section, which can be separated by something like a pipe valve or with an input-output from like one of the facilities. And what this ultimately translates into is that you can more easily tell what's going on inside of your pipe network
That's good.
without
So
needing
good.
to go through a dozen wiki pages. And I think that's really the
Oh,
bottom
no,
line
it's
here.
really-
For most of us who have never engaged with the pipe system, The bottom line is we're trying to make this more
Curious
accessible
how the
to
liquid silos act now,
the
though.
average player without needing to go through
So
massive.
it sounds like you don't need to
That's
spam liquid
different.
So
silos.
this will,
Or like
I think,
transfer
be a lot more
stations to
intuitive
keep the flow good.
and make a
Right.
lot more sense to people
Which
who
I'm
want to get.
I'm
wanna
happy if they
engage
get rid of
with,
that.
with pipes.
You can still use the
bottom
silos
line
as a
is, and the
one-way,
big quality of life
you
here
know,
is that pipes
Or like to have
now
valve
transfer
type
liquid
deal,
almost
but
instantly.
just use a valve in that
across
case.
much further distances. You don't have to wait for it to slowly build up and empty out and so on and so forth. So if you're going to build a long pipe network, you can now use maintenance tunnels to supply it so that it can run and be with the new build category. You can maintain it and you can transfer it more easily to other
That's
facilities
good.
in the region.
That's very good.
Okay.
All right,
I think we're
we'll
time
be
for our
moving
first
on.
video.
first
Oh, I
video?
guess it's
They're
for
doing a
increasing
video.
the
They're doing a
capacity.
video.
Video! Come on, airborne. Come on, airborne.
Chat, chat,
It's
chat,
gonna be
chat.
building.
It's short.
Oh, tripod and bunkers.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's
That's
good.
Oh, it's
Okay.
a firing ports. Thank
That
you.
is very good.
Devs.
Thank you, Devman.
Nice.
I like this.
Wrench.
W.
Oh,
Oh,
Wait,
damn.
dedicated ramps.
They're making that. They're making it legitimate.
They're making it a
legitimate thing instead of
A new tier of garrisons.
T1AT. T1AT.
T1 Howie.
Even howitzers.
Tier 1 Howies! No!
Oh,
Wait,
this is for
wait,
this is
wait,
for the
wait,
store
wait, wait, wait.
kitchens.
Wait, dude, they're making
Construction equipment.
That needs probably.
Yes.
Oh
Oh. Oh.
my god. Oh,
What is
yes.
that?
Yes. Give it!
Wait. Do we need this for upgrading the tier 2?
Probably.
I don't
We need
think
this for
we
upgrading
need
the
it,
tier
but I
2.
think it would be
But
very
it's
nice.
probably
I don't mind.
faster.
It looks
It's
easier
probably
because
faster.
it looks
Tier
like
2
it's
is
the
harder.
entire
So
thing in
tier
one
2 is harder
piece.
to build, but hopefully
Okay.
better.
It's funny. I think we
maybe
buried the
harder
lead a
but
little bit.
easier,
We were
like,
like, oh yeah,
less
this is the
time.
builder update. And then
Maybe
we
it
talked
goes
about a bunch of other stuff.
tier 1.
Tier 1 Howies is
Yeah.
broken, though.
Rock.
Tier 1
now,
Howies
yeah.
is
now we're
broken.
into the builder update.
Well, it looks
Let's
like
talk
tier
about
2
Alright.
needs some form of
Let's
rock to bring.
jump into the
You
real
need a
Devstream. That was
unique
the fake
resource,
Devstream
and you need a
before, so.
unique building tool to get to T2.
Bro, tier
Okay,
Fine,
1
fine,
Howies
Nazi
is
in
broken.
abundance.
Poor
Yeah.
Archie,
Yeah.
bro.
Sorry, am I talking about this one or you talking about this one?
Yes.
That's very nice.
The
I
reins are
mean,
Or
very
maybe it's
simple,
a,
but
Okay,
good.
or maybe it's
so
a
tripod
not
mounts and
because you see
bunkers.
how it's wood and then there's
Finally, you
stuff
can
on
put
top of the other
tripod
one.
mounts in
Maybe it's a
I
bunkers.
believe
unique
there's now
upgrade.
4
You can
tiers.
plug it directly into the. You can
No,
build
I think
with
there's 4
the
tiers.
normal
Because
window.
it has
But
to be
they'll
like
explain
that.
it. They'll explain the
Building
slides
now
if you
It's
comes
always
with
be like that,
a,
DH. It's
a
always been
tripod
like
That
that.
gets
It's just
ammo.
as limited.
Shut up, shut up.
the
No.
tripod weapons for, and then they just fire as normal. I think you can the ammo.
The
is sort of
Bismarck
set into
update,
your
yeah.
bunker and
Yeah,
pretty
Bismarck
much
update.
What you see is what you
It
get here. I don't think
makes
there's much
firing
more we
ports
need to
worth it now.
say about this.
Yeah, I mean, they were really
Okay.
quite good, to be fair. Against
Yeah. Oh,
Underused.
those.
You
Oh.
You
guys saw
don't
this
have to
one
glitch
in
the
the
shit
Or
anymore.
connection
a
points.
couple
So
of these
happy
in the video, the trench hard point. So what we tried to do here was give you guys something that you were already doing. So we saw that
Also,
you guys were using the stairs and using a
Sandbag,
bunch of
double
weird
high
magical,
sandbag walls.
bugs
Yep.
to
Oh!
get this thing to
With no
Oh,
to get
collision
the
which is
stairs
actually so
inside a
good.
trench, which would create a one-way.
It's the
Yeah,
same
man,
thing.
good.
They
trench,
just look
I guess,
bigger.
gateway.
They just didn't make
Or-
it a bug anymore.
But
They
we
actually
decided
made it a
we're,
thing.
we're not going to try to discourage that. Instead, we're just going to give you what it
Double high sandbag
make
wall
it
is
practical,
insane,
make it
actually,
real and
because that
something you
means
can
you can
actually put
use
down.
them
So we called
for
this the strong
actual
point.
cover without having to
Something
crouch
that's
down
really kind
behind
of
them.
hard to see here is the trench intersection. You'll see them sort of on the left and
The
at top.
updated sandbag
Now it's
only
like a,
alters the
square that you
visual
can connect to
aesthetic.
4 points.
Wait,
It's
look-
sort of will
You could connect
actually
trenches at the ends
give you
now.
a
There's
lot
3
more
different points on
flexibility
one
when
trench
Holy-
connect. One
trenches.
Yeah,
trench
four
line.
connection
Wait,
points.
yo.
Yes, 4.
It's
No,
funny
three
how
connections
long
on
it
one
took us
side.
No,
for us
Look
to
at
just
how they
get
have
it
three
across
connections
the
on
Four
one side.
connection
Yeah.
points.
Well, and for good reason. It actually took
Like,
way more work than you'd think.
Normal
It was
It's a hard
trenches
technical
now
problem.
have what?
I just want to say,
Yeah.
in
8?
prototyping, there was a cross piece.
Nice.
Tier 1
Oh my
Howies.
God.
I want to see those tier 1 Howies. That seems
and then of
broken.
course the
Yeah.
berm.
They
So
looked really
this
cool
is
as well.
You'll see. Notice the
Yeah,
sandbag.
but like one Trenio is going to
We
get such a big
replaced the
nerf.
sandbag wall.
No,
with
no,
a
it's fine.
sandbag
It
berm.
just said stuff
And
about the
I'm gonna keep
sandbags.
driving this point home. Again, the point we changed here is that it's just the change to the visual aesthetic. There's no collision change. But what
Oh.
we really wanted to fix here was that new players would come in and build a sandbag on the trench, thinking, "I want more cover. I'm going to build a sandbag here." But actually, it just blocked your line of sight,
Yeah.
which is what they were always designed to do.
Fair enough.
So that
Okay,
you
so
can,
they're the same height.
add modifications to a bunker and prevent players from shooting backwards. So the berm, we think, more clearly communicates what
Engine,
the
that's
sandbag
what I'm talking
modification
about.
does. So hopefully will lead to fewer mistakes.
All right.
Good,
Right.
good man,
Let's move on.
dev man.
This is interesting. So like now you build
All
them
right.
in
So
parts.
facility
Large
update.
structures. So when we first released the storm cannon and some of these other large structures, we wanted them to be way more powerful than they were. The problem with that was we had no way to really limit how many you could build. When storm cannons were really strong, people just spammed them everywhere. But
Are they getting a
as
buff?
you all know,
Okay.
we
Oh,
now
this means
have
they
a
can
mechanic
lock it
in the
behind
game
rare
called rare
alloys.
materials, which allows us to make these
no.
things really powerful again.
Yeah, but they're
yes,
gonna
they
make him
come with
so
a
much
rare
more
metal
broken.
cost, but
Yeah,
they
No,
are
they're gonna make
much
them.
more
No,
powerful.
they're already broken. It's
The
just-
way this sort of
They're
works,
building
They
those
just don't want them
massively,
to
but
be
also they're
spammed,
spinning
like
them into
sticks
like
in a huge battery.
a large structure foundation into the center of a 3x3
they're trying to
bunker,
make it
just
so
like
that you
do,
can't
and then
spam
you'll
It's
bring
a
these
quiet
shippables
request.
to it. The shippables are produced at facilities. It's very similar to how you'd build like a large
So I
ship.
guess I can put down weather station
It still
changes
takes time
because
to settle.
That
and
they
all
did
that.
build
Yeah.
one, didn't
Yeah.
they?
technically,
Yeah, one
Changed the
one
weather
small.
station, that's right, that's right.
this
technically a
is
weather
just like
station
a
change.
cool
No, they
user
also said it's
experience thing
being built in
that
parts as well.
that's not
So
gonna
it was shown in the video.
impact a whole lot of players. But I think it's
No,
also
that was
really
an Intel Center.
a
Was
lot
that?
more
Oh.
Still,
cool and
it's
immersive
big
that when
part.
you're building a structure as significant
Same
like
with that one
this,
for
you're
sure.
using the
Weather
crane,
station lovers in
Yeah.
shambles.
and you're not just sort of sitting there like
I think I'm the only
Really
one.
depends if they should make weather
submitting
stations
small
cheap
items
to
to it.
make.
Buff
it-
rare
it
metals.
just- the
No
feeling
rare
of the crane
metals.
building is
No,
good,
just don't
so.
even.
Yeah,
rare
I
metals.
love that it like comes up in
Honestly,
pieces.
Navy
you can
nerf
see
is
the
real,
cannons
Yeah.
'cause
missing.
everyone's
Like,
been
that's
really
not a
pissed
funny
People are
about
shot,
talking
that's
about it.
how
It's literally
actually
just
looks
people are gonna do
when
more
you build these things.
RSCs than storm cannons now.
I
You're
hope
just
to
gonna have-
go
Here's
scrap
just
for
some
rares.
renders of the new shippable parts.
Oh my god, the rare fighting.
Yeah,
Don't worry, the weather station doesn't.
Weather
cost
station
that
doesn't cost rare metal, yes.
We're fine.
They made it a
Right.
You
point
made it
to
harder?
bring that up.
much.
Okay.
Ooh. Their balance has been changed.
Well,
Okay,
All right, so we
Okay.
rebalanced the storm cannon, the
Except
intel
weather
sector,
station.
and the
Woo!
rocket site.
Oh,
They
the
all
rocket
cost
station.
rare
Time to
metal
get
now, but
advanced
varying
bunkers.
amounts.
Oh my god,
Wait,
look
so
at
there's
range
definitely
increase.
okay, yeah, there's absolutely
Um,
weather station
nuke
changes.
range
Since I
increased
mentioned
by
the weather
500
station first, I'll just say
per
this one
kilometer.
actually we don't even
500
require
Jesus
advanced bunker tech
Christ.
anymore for this.
Weather
You can build
station
this much
buff.
earlier on. Our expectation with
Weather
this
station
is
no
this
longer
is
requires
sort of like
advanced
where
bunker
the
tech. You
entry
can just
level
build it.
So
players who just
they definitely
are
have
starting out
plans
and
for
don't
the
wanna
weather
build something
station.
Earlier in the
massive.
bunker.
Absolutely.
Require
Definitely for
Yeah.
the.
a whole team of
They're
So
giving
people.
a
weather
lot of
If
station
they want
is
to build a
wicked
large
earlier.
structure,
Okay, weather
the
stations aren't
station
rare
is an
cost though,
interesting
that's
one.
good.
Weather station is
The
probably with
first thing you
the
get, it
ops
sort of
bunker,
introduces
I
them to
guess.
the mechanic.
It's
The
the
weather
bunker tech
station
upgrade,
update.
Rocket
so-
It's
range
the
is
weather
increased to
station
2.5
update.
kilometers, so you can nuke from further
Weather
away.
station, weather
not nuke,
station
it's not a nuke, it's a
enjoyers
rocket.
no longer in shambles.
I know, I love it, man.
The
Okay,
intelligence
well, I'm gonna
center
spam weather
also
What does
has
the
station.
weather
range
What
station
is
even do?
increase
how
since it does
far
have a
is
rare metal cost. It's
2.5
much lower than
kilometers
the storm
now,
cannon,
though?
but
I'm
it
not
does
sure
have
of
Uh,
the
range.
actual stats.
But we needed to increase
2.5
terrain as well so that
hexes?
it matches the rocket.
Yeah. No, 1.5. No,
And,
1.25.
yeah.
Nuking
Nuke
Jacob
Jacob,
just got
yes.
easier.
What does the intelligence center like?
Oh, we
the
reduced the
buff
time
do?
to gain advanced bunker tech.
Sees more.
By
Intelligence is
Size
more.
Oh, 300 million likes with 2.
Oh my
no,
god,
no,
that's
no,
a
no,
the
no.
buff.
storm cannon specifically.
That's a three. That's
So
an
this
art-
one
that's-
was
does that
always
count as
meant
no
to be
art?
a
I think it's
weapon
not like
War
shell.
against ships.
that we
Causes large leaks. Oof.
that has
Oh, we can
We're
cause
gonna have
Storm
large,
cannons
utility.
still large.
large
So
leaks.
it deals
Oh,
large leaks to ships. So
no.
this is the
Oh,
same
God.
damage that a torpedo
Storm
does.
cannon.
You
Yeah.
want me to
Storm
go?
cannons are unlocked at the same time
facilities,
rare metals
landings,
begin to drop.
The 300
You can
millimeter
get-
So
unlocks
what
so
I'm
we can-
hearing is
facilities,
storm
but
cannons
the
is naval
cannon
defense.
itself unlocks at a
Yes.
specific tier.
Mm-hmm.
The
mitigates the
goal
advantage to
here
race to them.
is
Excuse
to
me, that's
unlock
there's more of a race.
the
You
storm
made them
cannon
unlock
at
earlier.
the same time
Like,
that rare
what?
metal starts
No.
to drop, and the reason
300
what
mil
if 50
unlocks
was
most
to
people have
mitigate
storm
the
cannons
storm
they can
cannon
actually
race.
build currently in the game.
So
Storm
By the
cannons
way,
are going to come up before
in-
150s.
When planes come out, are they adding flak?
so what we're hoping
Oh,
will happen
absolutely.
here, and you guys
Probably,
are
yeah.
open to feedback,
Can't wait
is
to see that.
when you
I will say,
let's
funny
say you're the
thing,
team that
Foxhole stats
researches
doesn't
the
let you
storm
measure
cannon
out
first,
2,500
just
meters. They only
managed
let
to
you
get the
measure
tech
out
first,
2,000.
you'll still need to get your rare materials
Well,
together.
you can
to
do
build
500 and then you
storm
add
cannon.
500
Yeah, you gotta
to
do
that.
500
Then
on
the
the
other
edge of
team
it.
Yeah, that's actually a good
presumably
question.
research storm
Do
cannons
the
shortly
new storm
after.
cannon
They
changes
will pool
affect
their
rail
metal,
storm
which means that
cannons?
they'll get to place the
Ooh,
second one. So in a way,
maybe.
we're
It
hoping
no,
I
yeah.
imagine that's
But
a-
it has large
So I
structural
imagine
balance.
it's the
So it's
300
like
damage it probably
an all or
does.
nothing
I
race
don't know
where
if the
if you
storm
It says
cannon
storm
does.
suddenly
cannon
you
though.
win
It
every
does say
storm
storm
cannon.
cannon, not
It
300.
Does, but they're just
Both
called
teams
rail
will
storm
have to work
cannons.
together
So
to
like,
sort of put them down.
Maybe
one
they
by one.
stay.
don't know.
They change to this old storm cannons.
I will say the storm cannons
Ooh,
hitting.
here's
Right, right.
All right.
That's
So
broken.
Don't need Blake's faces. That's
one
so
of the
Wait,
big
what
problems
tier one?
that
Oh,
player
okay.
builders would bring to us was that they would
Oh,
oftentimes try to
T1
build a
Ops bunker
bunker,
with only
but they
spotting.
Sam, thank you for the
couldn't
follow.
Nice.
block it out. So they would put like signs up that say, "Don't
Does
upgrade
that
this
mean you
piece.
don't
This is
need the
gonna be an
intel
AT
for
garrison."
T2?
But you still needed the bunker
for
tech to get it.
bunker now?
So we added
Ah,
these
I
tier
see.
one
Maybe to
variants
upgrade,
to it, so that
yeah.
you can
Maybe you don't
build
need the
tier
tech
1,
anymore. Maybe you
howitzer
need it. Yeah, maybe
garrisons
if you need it for the
artillery
upgrade. Because
garrisons,
if you don't need the
tier
tech,
1,
I could just
tank
put a
garrisons,
T1
well.
ops bunker wherever the hell I want.
And
So what I'm
that
seeing
will
is
sort of, like,
all
reserve
types
the
of bunkers
spot for
garrisons can be
further on.
built out here.
They are
So
still
Yeah.
useful,
you can have
but they
howitzers,
might not
AT,
be as
everything
Wait.
where it needs to be.
How is it
You
broken?
could
How
build
is
your
it
Oh,
broken?
fucking
it's
base
shit.
before. Yeah.
Yes.
That's cool.
This is
Well,
a
that
big
would
game
way hold
change.
on.
Okay.
There's a new base design now.
Okay. And here's just a screenshot of all
Ooh,
the new
that looks quite
bunkers.
nice,
Tier 2 Howie
actually.
garrison.
Artillery garrison.
Yeah, that
Shitty
looks
name.
nice.
And we'll move on to.
I mean, let's be honest. The T1 and T2
suppression.
Fire
artillery
suppression
garrisons.
system.
Oh,
Fire.
I mean, there's probably
Wait,
still going to be some
Alright, so
sort of
this
use
ties
for it.
into
Technically,
that
combat's fires.
artillery change that or the rocket artillery change that I was
Wait,
talking about at the
huh?
start.
Wait.
So one
Oh,
of the
with a
concerns is
pipeline?
that the range on
Ooh,
those rocket
interesting.
artillery
Oh my
is
God.
far enough that it can
Commander
outrange
facility.
howitzer garrisons. So how do you counter rocket artillery?
So that's just
This is
using
how
my
you-
Every
eyes,
single
fire's gonna
fire
get
suppression
way more
every
system
powerful.
single
now you can-
core
it's,
is now going to
an
have one of
automated,
these. I'm sorry, like
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
matter
method of,
what.
like putting out fires. It's like it
Oh, that's actually
douses the
cool.
fires on its own. You
I
can
don't really
pipe
think-
it in
don't
with
think we
a
need
pipe,
more
so
trail.
you don't have
Uh,
to return to it.
Oh,
And
that's a cool
it's like
feature.
a sort of like a set and forget kind of thing.
Water and reaching trail,
Yeah.
man.
You can install multiple, so you can mitigate. So this
Why
would
are
be
you
how you
using
mitigate
every hex except reaching, bro?
the damage coming
Actually
from fire
crazy.
rockets if they were using
No
these
reaching
to
is just gonna
make
have
sure
like a
effective.
layer of
Oh,
water
you know what?
canisters.
You know who's
Alright,
fucking
on to,
crying right now? Flame AC
What?
boys.
Yeah, or
think
even
so.
even
Yeah,
the more
sex.
even the
Sex.
fire
Ooh,
mortar.
much
skills.
artillery.
So this one people have been asking for.
New,
for
okay,
a
so that's what I
long
was thinking.
time.
That structure we saw that
some
building
way
might be
to
artillery
prevent
and
the
artillery
damage from
upgrade.
artillery.
Mhm.
So the way this works
With
is
the
you can build
throwing
an
gravel
artillery
on top,
shelter,
I was thinking maybe it's an
inside your
artillery
bunkers
Ooh.
now, which
No,
will
they're
increase
nerfing arty.
resistances to artillery, but it will lower the structural integrity.
They're making it so
So
that
the
arty has
trade-off
to be
here
way
is,
more.
What it's looking like is
focused.
they're just doing a bunch to
it
prepare
will
for the planes
only
coming out, like
im-
nerfing
increase the
tanks.
resistance
Oh, yeah,
of all
they
the
are.
tiles.
They are.
Yeah,
that
this
it
is probably
immediately adjacent
bombs.
to.
Bunch of
The
balances
bombs from the
directly,
planes
so
are probably going to count
You
as
want to
arty.
build these
Yeah.
cleverly.
So you
not
lose structural
necessarily spam them
integrity,
everywhere.
but gain high explosive
And,
resistance.
Yeah, it impacts
Which
the structural
means
integrity,
if you
which
do
we'll
too
talk
many
more
of
about later.
these, then somebody could just come over and spath or rush your base,
Finally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
or
I guess
demo
not
rush it
finally, there's
for.
a few more things
But
to
if
go,
you do
but-
too
Yeah, we should
little,
take a break.
the bug will be gone in
Let's give
seconds.
them
This
a
one
chance
is
to digest.
this
You
one's
want to
cool
do
though.
some of
I've
it
been
to increase it.
I've been like we've
I'm
talked
sure
about
builders will
doing
min-max this
something.
this
Yeah,
year.
they'll figure out the
Next one
I
ideal.
imagine you
max
put these
for
on your
a long
howies,
time.
but you don't put this on your
So
frontline pieces.
New construction vehicle.
Finally,
Yep.
Here it is.
I can't believe we finally have this in the game.
Oh
It's really-
my
it's so
gosh,
cool.
yeah.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
5
so
meter
That's
range,
action
yikes.
mode, okay.
Again,
consumes
What
one
I'm
of the
tank with this
principal
though, that's
gravel?
the real
with
question.
builders
Can we put
is
someone in the
that
bucket with
it is
an
tedious
anti-tank rifle?
holding down left click to build everything.
Wait,
and
its
more to the
fuel is
point, There's
gravel?
been some
What?
edge cases that we haven't been able
Oh,
to
I think that's a
reconcile,
spelling
like when you
mistake.
have
Oh,
to
geez,
put
it said
high
long
quality
lived
it's
materials into a
I think
structure
they were
to build
saying like it
facility,
has
for
a
example.
stockpile for
It's a
gravel.
little
in the
bit
Yeah,
inventory.
I would
unfair to
think.
expect
So you
somebody to
can
have to
st-
sit there
pull
going
out
back
of
and
it
forth
and-
over
Yeah, so look at the bucket in the middle there,
delivering
beneath
items
the
to
Yeah.
arm.
I mean, that's
And
the
sometimes
rail
you just want to
car,
build a cool base,
isn't
and
it?
You don't
No, the
necessarily
black
want
bit.
That
to
is a
be able to do
modified
it.
rail
So
cart,
this,
yeah.
Yeah.
Construction
I guess
equipment
kind
gives
of.
you a chance to
The question is are these only deployables or can I tow these?
remove the gameplay.
Or can you put
Yeah,
them
it's
on a
large
train,
scale
maybe?
The boring
probably,
gameplay.
because
They have
it's
no
I want
idea.
to see if you can tank with
I
them.
shouldn't even say
Early
that,
game
Yeah,
battle
it's a
tanks, no?
shippable. It's a
it reduces the
shippable.
number of players.
Or
I
not
think
lot,
5 meter. I'm gonna be
the goal
honest. It's
here
5
is to
meter
not
range, a little
Yeah.
short,
building
but I understand.
faster. Or sorry, it is to make it faster, but it's not to make it require fewer players.
I think
it's
what
to
we're gonna see
change
this is
what
when they
you're
talk
doing
about how to
something else.
T2
So you're
things, the
not
T2
just
T2 and
holding down
T3
left
Can it
changes.
do
This
concrete?
can expedite how
That's
fast
all I
you're
care
building your
about.
bunker bases.
It says
The
it has
goal
room
here is that
for
you should
one
still be
other building
working with your
material,
team to deliver
so
materials to this to the
possibly.
construction equipment.
But
And
and
that's
moving
all
these
I
things
care
around
about,
with cranes
concrete.
and flatbeds
But
and
at
so
that
forth.
point, just
We're
build
hoping that
the
the
train
end product
line
here will be that
and
when you're
do
trying
the
to
train
build a
trick.
bunker or a facility and you're
No,
using
that
these,
takes
that it
way too
looks
long.
and feels like a real construction site.
Fair.
And it's not just 3 guys walking from.
Yeah, with with sacks of
I mean,
concrete.
yeah, there's
Yeah,
a lot.
that's the thing.
And there's also going to be quite a bit of strategy when it comes to just placing these
It
and
looks cool as fuck,
positioning
though.
them as
Yeah.
well.
It is
because,
cool.
you know, it's not
I really
uh,
want to. Part of me is hoping
I
automatically
want it
movable,
now.
We put
you have
peanuts
to
in
move it.
this.
and package it and move it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's not.
Let me put
Yeah,
these
I
on
think so.
flatbed
Yeah,
and be able to.
You will
like
get
you
more
said,
info
it's
on it,
changing
just wait.
sort of the action.
So
as
no
opposed
longer
to
can you
Set
hammer.
the,
That's
that
kind
like,
of
time.
annoying.
You
Oh,
can
it's just
probably
the way
hammer
it's
it
done.
out, but I guess that is an
Yeah, actually,
alternative
one of-
option
They're
if you want
changing-
it
Yes, it
faster.
can, Dig. I saw somebody
They're
mention that in
changing
chat.
how we
The,
build, so we'll see if T2 is changed. We
the
imagine
strategy
T1 is
here
probably
is
still
that
just digging.
When you
Yeah.
you'll notice
and
from
hammering.
this image that the crane arm
T2 might be
extends only a
changing
certain
because
distance.
It
they've
can
showed
dig.
It will build the fastest if you put it
it can dig.
at the end on the far end.
Looks like you can use it as a
because the
catapult.
Yeah,
arm
that would be
will
kind of
animate
funny.
It can
Boing.
dig
pick up
trenches with it.
the gravel and then
Crane
drop it
plus this
directly in
equals
front.
dig
Yeah.
trenches.
If you put something behind this,
I
the
do wonder if
construction
it's
equipment,
worth
it will
it,
take
like-
longer because it has to
Let
swivel
us remove
around
trees
Yeah, I
with
know,
it
right?
now.
the other way.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
it has a further
it can't
reach,
look through
so you'll
stuff.
be able
It
to
can't
reach
turn
further
through
with the
stuff.
armors.
Put
So
it
if
on a
it's
minecart.
next to a
Little
watchtower
mini
or
games that you have
something,
for
it can't go
optimization.
through the watchtower.
That's really cool.
That's probably the same tech that they put on
Okay,
the bull mode.
next video.
Ooh,
We are
video.
ready.
Next video.
Next video,
Oh, video. Airborne.
I'm calling a plane preview.
nobody talk.
No, not getting any planes until the very end, if any. Oh,
Huh.
oh, yes!
Oh god.
Oh my
that's-
god.
Ooh.
No, that
That's
means you don't need to do gen room.
Oh, finally.
Bunker layouts.
Huh.
I don't know.
That'll
what
be
it
on
each
means.
other.
Wait, that was
What does
an
that mean?
open
So
top.
that you can
That
build
was an
them
open
closer
top.
to each other.
That was an open
Yeah.
top.
Bunker breaching?
Wait, whoa.
Wait.
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
That means it doesn't crack the entire thing open.
Oh,
That means
no.
if you pop a piece, it doesn't pop it out the entire thing anymore. It just pops one piece.
Is that good or bad though?
Looks like
good.
fun.
Good.
It's cool, but it's
Dev, man, good.
So it means if you're targeting a piece and you find a
Okay.
weak point for tanks, like where AT
Yeah.
can't shoot,
Bunker changes.
it's not as strong anymore because you have to sit there. But that also means that each individual
power
piece
system
is probably
unification.
weaker
This is
now
something
because you're
we have
not
been
getting
aching to
the
do
entire
for
thing combined.
So long.
Maybe.
Tell us how long we've been waiting to
But-
do this, Mark.
Oh,
Uh,
But
when
they
did
only
we
showed
add
it
the
doing
engine
it with
rooms?
demo
Or-
damage, so it might only work for 250 and Havoc. It might be different
Yes.
for
How long
everyone.
since we added
I
facilities?
could see artillery with prolonged shooting doing that as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So
What
I think
was
if
that
something
thing
takes
put
enough
down?
damage, it
Was
will
that a new
stop
line?
doing it.
Would,
I know,
once you say that, but
we
I
no
also
longer
wouldn't be
have those
surprised
silly
if 250 has like a
bunker- those pipe
guaranteed
upgrades that pipe
breach
around into
chance.
the facilities. In fact,
Like
we
having,
haven't
like,
changed
it
how
just
we
makes
manage
it cool because
entirely inside the
you
bunker
can
system.
directly go attack
Engine rooms
the people
now
manning
act
the
like a
defenses
kind
inside,
of, internal
which is
battery.
cool.
Bunker
to
pipe
engine rooms,
modifications
wait,
removed.
okay.
Think about the bunker like a
Wait,
like
what?
a
Power's
single
no longer
structure, like a
transmitted
facility,
between
right? Like you
bunker
build
islands.
a single
Okay.
facility structure.
So
Consider it all
every
like one big
power's
structure.
automatically
And
The
engine
facilities
rooms
need power.
can-
The bunker needs power.
engine
too. So
rooms
you
can be
add this
connected
engine
to
room and you can
power
pipe power
lines.
directly to it. You can do it.
So
by
technically,
just adding
you
diesel
can
to it, or
power
you can pipe,
facilities with
power
engine
by
rooms
running
now.
well, it says
power lines.
reserve power. Reserve power is consumed
you no
by
longer need
bunker
to do the pipes
lights and
modification.
Yeah,
bunker.
I think that's
Oh,
to power
okay.
the
Go
lights at
around
night or
So you
something.
need
the
so you
thing,
need
but
a
you also
so you
can't
could have a
power
generator,
multiple
but
bunkers
also
from one bunker.
okay, you could consume
But
diesel to make
the
reserve power with
caveat
the
there is,
generator,
this
or you could
engine room
connect it
doesn't
up
provide
your
a
engine room
vulnerability
to an
for bunker. So
external
yes,
to
you will need an
consume
engineering
Yeah.
room in every
facilities
bunker
power.
where
But this is a
power.
storm cannon buff
But
again.
this doesn't have a structural integrity hit anymore. This is just
Technically,
another
yeah.
room.
If you
Similar
can
to the
you
ammo
just make
room, it doesn't.
gens
It
outside
shouldn't
that
make
pump
your,
in.
your bunker more vulnerable.
Exactly.
But
You
it-
change
but
you
that-
need one if your bunker needs
Storm
power.
cannons just keep getting buffed.
And then you're
Geometry,
reduced
okay.
by your power is
Bunker
reduced by
placement changes.
lights.
Well, let's see what this is.
Bunker
So-
garrisons
Reactors can be
built-
built beside each other.
Hold on, hold on.
You can build. So going back to what Mark was saying at the beginning of the stream, we tried
Always
to put these
fire
changes in
faster
several
based on
patches
how much
ago,
you-
but
Yeah,
the
but you
guilds
see
were
that in
telling
the
us
middle,
this
it's an
wasn't a good
open
idea for
top
a
bunker
multitude of
piece.
reasons, and we took that feedback and we
That's
bring
Oh,
it
yeah.
down to
That's
bring
an
these
open
things
top
back
bunker piece.
to
It is.
No, that's just
with
one piece
all of these
missing in the middle.
features to
It's a
try to make
trench.
this
That's
more
just one
It's a
piece
trench
user-friendly
right
missing.
there.
experience.
Yeah,
So you
it's a
can
trench in
build
there.
bunkers beside each
God
other.
damn it.
There
Yeah,
is
there's a
penalty
trench in
for it,
there.
which
They
I'll
just
get
made
into later.
trenches. You could put
The
trenches
artillery
way
Is
gun
that
closer.
again?
retaliation now
Look
scales
at
proportionally,
the
which
AT gun
we think is just a good
Yeah.
way
right
Oh,
next
yeah.
to the trench
balancing
that's able to
change.
just shoot through the trench.
The big thing to notice
There's an
here,
MG
which you
facing
guys
the
might
trench
not
also.
might
So
might
we're
the
able to place
immediately
things way
obvious
closer to
is
each
the
other.
build footprints.
And you can
You'll
place
notice
scares
how
next to
tightly
each
we
other.
packed
Yeah,
that
It also
trench
looks
to
I
like
like that.
line.
I like that
Yeah.
change.
But
Yeah.
and
But the RT,
the reason
depending on
why we really
retaliation,
felt
is
this was
good,
necessary
honestly.
was because we
So
know
that way it's
that
not like,
you
okay,
guys have
just
been
wait
using
4
a lot
shells
of
and fire again,
bugs
like
and
another.
different
Barrage.
tricks.
We're also fire
I,
drilling
I,
with it.
I also
required-
like the because like
knowledge,
one of the problems I had
deep
worried with the
tomes of
adjacent things
knowledge
was
to be
just
able to
people
make
spamming
the
AT
bunker
rifle,
work.
AT rifle,
Oh
or
god,
AT
it will make
engaging.
cubes
all the
even
strings.
better.
So
Yes,
we wanted
well,
to just make these
you have
bunkers
to remember the
in,
demo
in
damage
all
now
of those
causes
situations.
breach.
We just
Yeah.
wanted you to be able
So
to
you
build
could, if
the
it's a
design you
guaranteed,
wanted
it's a
without
100%
struggling
chance
with
per
these
demo, you
weird
could just
magical
roll
rules.
up with
Every
a
new player should
my
be able
God.
to see
250
a
push
bunker
gun
that
and
somebody else
knock
has
an
built
AT
and then
piece
be
out
able to
instantly.
replicate
Artisan
that
buff,
design
bro.
without
Holy.
without the
You can
trick.
just
So we
breach through an
fixed
entire
as
facility.
many
No,
of these
but was that a
bunkers we
new
could find,
the
and
thing
then
that they put
we
down on the concrete where you can
relaxed
run
a lot
into
of these rules
like
so that you could
bunkers?
build it.
Is that
You
a
also
new
have to
device?
remember,
Slide, I think,
Yeah,
is
you
that's
also have to
new.
remember the
in
fire
1.2.
change. Fire sub does suppression now.
Yeah.
So you
So yeah, you
blast
can
one
see here,
hole,
this
you
is a
get the
bunker that
fire
exists
guys
in
Yeah,
to
a lot
go
of
in and
the
they
set
light
everything
up
on
from
fire,
inside.
turn off all the bunkers, turn off all the
big
guns.
one that I think again you
Suppress
should look
them,
at
I
is
mean,
the
yeah.
improved build footprint.
Also,
Look
they
how
just
tight
the
The
bunker
howitzers
is
got nerfed
split
slightly.
through here.
You
Well,
can
I
Look how
get it.
tightly it is in
you
the
can pipe
in
in.
back row
I
there,
wouldn't even
too.
call it a
You
nerf,
can get these
like,
things so
because
close
like I think it's a
together
Oh,
that hopefully
trench
you won't need
intersection.
those
That's what
old-
it's built
those old
there.
tricks.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a trench.
Okay.
Okay, so it's it's a new trench that's just a 4-way trench.
I think that's
double
Okay.
bunker,
No.
one-way
Okay.
trench.
Oh,
So they
that's
didn't
cool.
change the normal
Oh,
trench.
okay.
New
I mean,
tact
just need to know
tiers.
that.
Oh.
It is.
Wait, what?
All right, so we changed the bunker tree progression. I think we mentioned this earlier.
Huh.
You can now
Now you
build
have to
concrete
unlock
bunkers
it
without
to-
Concrete isn't a
tech.
tech anymore.
Not the AI defenses.
You check the
but
different things.
specifically, like if you build just a basic empty fort, you can upgrade it all the way to
Yeah, you
concrete.
take tier
without
1, 2, and
tech.
3.
What does require tech now is upgrading it to putting in the AI defenses.
So yeah, you tech 1,
you
2,
could build
3,
a
and then howitz,
completely
and then
PvP
concrete howitzers.
oriented
So
bunker
concrete
using
howitzers have
with,
their
the
own tech
tripod
tier.
mounts.
Here one Howies just seems
Well, the thing is,
really
they
Well,
called
might
it
interior firing
artillery.
forts.
They called
Is
it
that
artillery
concrete
bunkers. Is
howies
it player
and
man?
You don't
Is
need
that
any
not
bunker
concrete
tech for
howies,
that.
but a
You
better
can just
howie?
build one.
Is the
Hmm.
question.
Yeah.
So this might
Well,
help if you're
this,
trying
the
to
thing
like,
is,
push into an
on
enemy,
slide before they called
enemy
those
friendly enemy
T2 and
regions,
T1
enemy starter
howitzers
regions,
artillery
but you don't have the
bunkers.
bunker
So
up yet,
could
or
they
the
be
bunker
player
tech up
manned?
yet. You can still build bunkers that players can man and,
No,
and
surely
fight in.
not.
Well, like
No,
I'm wondering because
shouldn't
they
be.
have. You see how they have T1,
So we
T2,
unified the structural
T3
integrity.
for the different rifle MG,
this
rifle MG,
was,
rifle
Mhm.
MG.
A
Is that
problem.
last
We
one the
noticed that
howitzer? Because you build T1
players
howitzers now.
would,
Is that a tier 4 howitzer?
build a different design for
I
tier
think
1.
is that
it's just
just
unlock
tier 3.
howitzers.
If their
T1
intention was to
conk.
build a
or
tier
is
3
or do they
base,
force you to
then
unlock
it would
T3
look wildly
howitzers
different
farther
than
along?
if they
They
were
require
on the
more
front line
tech.
trying to
Is the
build something
question.
that worked
I think if you can
immediately.
build Howies, you can also build tier
It
3
never
Howies, is
made
what it's
sense
basically
to
saying.
build it
But
to
like
just
you don't
upgrade
need
the
to have the
existing tier 1
concrete for it.
bunkers from a
You know,
fight
the Howie
to
just still
Structural
work with tier
integrity
1.
bonus for
because you
condensed
wanted
layouts
to
and for having
make
bunker
the-
tiles
because
between
the structural
garrison
integrity
bunker
changed.
garrisons.
Jesus.
So
Okay.
they're all the same.
Faster
now.
to
So
acquire
it-
concrete bunker.
bunker
Oh my
that
god,
Structural
they
makes
made it
sense
integrity
at
buff.
tier
between
3
bunker tiers
should
is now
make sense at
unified.
tier 1.
So they've
so that you
nerfed
can-
RT and they've
Yeah,
buffed
I think that-
buildings.
So,
like
so it sounds like a
concrete.
lot of these changes in the aggregated
This is gonna make
to just
late war inventory actually
reduce
So
matter.
the
slow.
amount of
It's gonna make it
special
slow.
knowledge, and
So they
quirks. So if you
they did.
if you want to just
I'm trying to think of
Red
how.
metals are
get
going to be a
started building,
battleground.
it's still
Yeah, but you have to
a
think.
daunting
You have to
task,
remember.
but at least
They said fire now
you
suppresses.
won't
If
need
fire
to know as
suppresses
many of these
howies,
strange edge
fire is
cases
going
if
to
you
be the
want to
strat. You
build
have to
what
fire
is
rocket,
considered
which
the
is a
best
nerf to the collies because they only have one vehicle
absolutely.
that does main fire that has the
Okay,
high
yeah,
use
and
fire
then-
rocket.
Yeah, but
Water
it now
structural
has more
integrity, which we
range.
need the next slide for. Yep. So the way this
What
Oh,
has
the
more
works
Hades is gonna be
is,
insane then.
I mentioned that it impacts
Hades is
structural
explosive
integrity.
rockets.
So
I like the
But yeah.
corners.
what we're trying to do here
Yeah, but that's
is
just
give
rockets
you
in
guys a
general. Or is it
reason
just fire
Well,
rockets that have
wait,
more range?
no, you just
to build
brought up a
thoughtful
good point.
designs.
If they didn't
So,
increase the range of the
you can
howitzers
put two
with
AI
the rocket
defenses beside each
range
other,
increase, the
but it
Hades
counts
might be able to
against your
shoot from
bonus.
outside
So
howitzer
you'll
range.
Actually,
want to
I feel
spread
like
them
this is
out.
a
There's
partial
actually
nerf,
Like
no?
tiles
There's
between,
actually a good
but
thing to have
you can
corners.
put them side by side if
Because
you
there's
want.
Yeah,
uh,
'cause it makes
if
sense
the
one
to
less
situation calls
pure
for it.
open
The big
socket.
asterisk
I
here
feel like
is
part
that
it's going to be harder to parse in the
want you
base. You
guys
can
to
just
feel like
combine
you
them,
have
even
creative
if it
freedom.
lowers the
It's-
The
structural
bonus
integrity.
is
If I'm reading this
sizable,
right, the
but
more
it's not so
sides
big that
you
you
have
feel like
something
you
on
have
it, the
to
better
adhere
the
to
structural
these rules. If
integrity
you
of
want
the
to break
piece
one
that
or
said
two of
Yeah.
these
piece.
rules,
Yes.
you should be able to do that without like a
So
tremendous.
you don't want to
structure.
have exposed
So that's
edges.
the balance
so
we're
you
going
want to
for.
be
But again, we're
very
looking
tight
for
and compact.
you guys'
So what I'm
feedback
hearing
as
is
we get in there and
pentagons
actually get a
or
chance to test
octagon cubes.
No, you're just
Yeah,
what
but
you're hearing is
another-
just tiny cubes.
Oh,
Bunker breaching.
okay.
Here we go.
All right.
Hold
So
on, hold
how
on.
bunker breaching works?
Okay, bunker breaching.
You can break individual
special
tiles.
weapons.
The way it happens
They become
is
breached,
the
they go over
structure. In
health
part,
threshold.
the
The whole game has
breach-
changed.
Let me start over. You can break
Oh,
individual
so at
tiles.
some point, if it
but
has
in
enough
order to
damage,
break
it
it,
Havoc
opens.
can ignore the
structure has to
breachable health
drop below
threshold.
a certain health threshold.
So they just instantly pop it.
The health threshold
Okay,
I don't know if
that's-
instantly
in part
pop,
by the
but
structural
they
integrity. So
They
Yeah,
increase
the
the
lower
guard
sounds
your
like they
structure
Yeah,
do.
but that sounds to
stability,
me like artillery can do that as well.
the more easy it is to
But
build
it's certain
Yeah,
special
well,
weapons
you know
like
what that
Havoc.
sounds like to
this
me,
will
Socks?
this will hopefully
Hmm?
make
That
the
sounds like two
bunkers are
MG
still
boys
as
suppressing
resilient as
an
they have
MG
been
as two
before,
guys
but
run in with
Yep.
a Havoc to
Havoc,
kill the
yeah.
there's
AT,
a point
and then the
where it
tank line
starts breaking
pushes in
down.
off
So
that.
if they're taking a lot of damage,
Or like if
Havocs
you're
are-
partisan, you can
Havocs
just
are
enter
going
any
I
to
mean,
be
that's
team.
good.
much more
Combined
worthy.
arms.
you might be able to
If
break
you get
one or
4
two
guys
of
and you
these
just bring
pieces
2
off,
Havocs, you can breach in and out of
and then
the
gain access
fucking
to the bunker.
conquer
Well, no,
base.
just
And
pop
the
an
lower
AT, and
the
now you're
health of the
tanking it
bunker,
in.
the more likely a breach
Yeah,
In
occurs.
some
it's-
spots, like
So
you're literally
what
talking
I'm
about.
But
like,
I
hoping
think
to
the
see
breaching
from
looks
this is
like
that,
to be
like, for
infantry
example,
only
if you
because
attack a
there's like
bunker
small
with a
gap.
bunch of,
There's no
like
fucking
a
way of
50
fitting a tank in
millimeter,
there.
So,
then
Yeah,
so
Oh,
what, I'm,
you
what I'm
can.
you'll
seeing
be
here is it
blowing
looks
up
like
the
you have a
front part of the
combined. The
bunker
structure
more
has
and more and
combined
more as
HP,
you
but then
push
each
through
piece
to the
has
point
a
where
breachable.
Yeah.
you may not
Section.
even
Yeah.
finish it off.
Yeah.
You may remove all of the necessary
So
I'd have
once the
parts,
certain
structure
high
in
defenses,
total
and then
gets
just
low
leave the
enough,
rest
you could
because
come in with a
it's inert.
250 and pop one
There are
piece
special weapons
without
like
killing
the
the
Havoc
rest,
charge, which
possibly.
will
The thing is it a
circumvent
250? Because
the
it's
breach
only
health.
confirmed
So
one is
this
Havoc.
one
So
is
no,
the
we don't
So
know
it
any
said
others.
special
satchel
weapons
charge
like
that you
Havoc,
can
and they
place
showed
Yeah.
down
shooting
to
a
players to do
250
it.
push gun.
If you
So
blow that up, you
250
could
is
breach the bunker
But that-
They
without
just
yeah,
show
but the
that you
question
can
is
breach
that-
it
just with a
without
few other weapons that
breaching the
can do this.
breachable health.
Yeah, the Havoc's
Right.
gonna work no matter
Sure,
what.
that
yeah,
is what it
okay,
looks
yeah,
like.
everything
so
else
you
can
can
too.
see at the
Oh my
breachable.
god,
better.
wait, you can drive a tank right through that.
Illustrating what a bunker
Oh,
looks
yeah.
like
That's the thing, yeah, that's
before
exactly
and
the
after
point.
it's breached.
Actually, no, but that's one of those
They're
pieces,
also
not one of the
only
AT
showing it
machine
on
gun
normal
ones.
bunker pieces. Can
Utilize
it
your
affect
thresholds.
AI pieces? Is the
Yeah,
question.
exactly.
And I told you at the
That's
start
the-
we were going to keep hitting this
threshold.
nail on the head over and over and over again. The goal of this update was
Oh my
to
God,
put
thank you for
builder tools into
showing
the
us.
hands of all players, not inside the hands of just a select few.
Ballista rushes are
So
going
to
to be
do
so much
this,
more
we had to
broken.
give
Oh,
you guys
showing
the
the
information you
HP,
needed without needing
the
to go into
breachable
some
HP. They're showing the
third-party
pure
website to
values.
figure out the
Oh,
Real
thank you, devs.
information displayed
stat
on the
statistics
screen.
of your
Well, like
weapon.
look, they're
So what
showing
we've done here
rifles
is we've added,
predicted max HP minus 11%.
information pertaining to what changes
Yeah,
you're going
the
to see in your bunker.
fucking
You can see
the
in the
builders
actual
are going to have a
but
fucking
it predicts
field
that
day
the
with this
health
one
will
next
drop
time.
Well,
by a
you're
little bit, and
increasing.
the breachable
Okay,
health will go up.
so they do. So the
you
rifles
can
do
tell
have a
from-
breachable health.
You can more
point.
easily
Yeah,
decide
every-
on the
okay, so
fly
everything's
whether
got a
you want
breachable
to
health
add that
point.
next piece or whether you want
Unless
to
that's
have
for the
perhaps
entire
directly
structure.
make-
to go
Actually
to do any research
makes a
for that.
hole and you can't use this.
So I want
thing
to
of
pull all of
Apothecary,
this
I'm sure.
together. Like Mark said, there's a lot of this stuff that comes together. It's going to take a lot of thoughtful.
This is going to be. This
feedback
is a good
to help us
update
get
for
to the balance
for
here because a lot of this
building.
stuff ties
I like it
together.
so far.
Remember,
but
I was
God
talking
damn,
about
this
the
is
artillery
rework
shelter
the
and how it
entirety of what
impacts
we
Yep.
know
your
from
Oh yeah,
building.
no, yeah, the
Yeah,
designs
the
are all gonna
idea there
change.
was you can make
Yes,
a
that is
bunker
the
more
idea.
resistant
Every
to
every
meta
single
pieces are
design in this
gone.
game
that
is
might
gone.
make it
I'm
more
sorry,
Yeah.
resistant to a
it's just
direct
gone.
assault.
You know what I'm
might want to go
interested in?
bunkers that are
If
catered
like
towards
a
The
different
goal
gold
needs
piece
4 or
will
5
look like a
walls
meta
to
con
be
piece would look
having a
different than a
bunker
meta
that's
tier
on the
1
front
piece.
line resistant to direct
Like,
attack,
would- how-
but a
would they be
bunker that's
different?
protecting your fob, resistant to
'Cause then,
artillery.
like,
Well, again,
Yeah, but-
might be what
I'm
you
still
wanna
waiting
do.
for them to show
We're
that
waiting to see
fucking
what you guys think will be the
thing
meta,
that
but
uses gravel.
we're hoping
Why
it'll
do
be
we
hard
need
to
gravel
find.
for
We're
it?
hoping that you guys that
Wait,
there
to
will
me
be
that
a
Breaches
lot
can
of
only
sounds
be
like
filled in when a structure is
the,
fully
Ah.
repaired.
Yeah, but to me that sounds like the checkerboard pattern is
Right.
going to be extremely effective
We are ready for.
because
no.
it's all separate
Because
pieces and
remember,
not
you
a
don't
single
need a
piece. You
checkerboard
can,
Is that all you
anymore.
have to say,
You could just
Max,
wall.
about bunker breaching?
Yeah, that's it. We're done.
It seems
yeah, but
like
if we're talking
Vid,
about
Vid,
doing
Vid.
Next.
Oh, naval uniform.
New
Finally.
uniforms.
Remix garb,
Little bit.
naval uniform. What does it give us though?
Oh, they move better in
Oh, she
water.
move around in the water fast.
Gentleman's Peacock. Oh, that's the modern version, right? Okay.
Yep.
board uniforms.
We're going in
Or
with a
swag,
truck.
Looks like
Short
Dreamsbury.
Gonna get in there.
What the
Oh.
hell?
Oh,
That's a range.
You're one up. You're one up.
Heavy 250.
what is that?
King Jester Mark 1, what? Who cares, bro?
More
Heavy
rockets,
rockets.
that's why.
Heavy
Oh.
rockets.
Heavy rockets.
Siege
Oh my
rockets.
god.
Those are low velocity.
I'm sorry.
Breach
Heavy
weapons.
rocket arcade. Oh my god. This is gonna be such a double off day.
This is early game rockets. This is
Yeah.
early game rockets.
Yeah, that's just
Oh,
an
yeah,
armored
that's
car.
wow. That's insane.
But the
Oh
I
British
my
don't know
thing
how
looks
long
so
that
much more
would probably
interesting.
get
Start
use
with
when we can
the
get sky
uniform.
collars
So
basically
go,
made
wait, hold
out
on.
of that.
Navy
Unless they're
uniform,
cheap. Unless they're cheap as
we
shit.
got into
Look,
They're
look,
cheap
look,
as
look.
shit. We can spam them.
I think we
Yo, where the collie
had
stuff?
talked about and
Honestly,
planned
what happened
for
to the
this
collie
as
stuff
naval
there? Did the
update,
collies? Wait, no, the collies had
but
the
They
big
got one
250.
They had the
update,
giant
we
250
Wait,
milgun that
wait,
drove
look,
like an
wait,
RT
look,
bike.
Look,
thing.
look in
we
the
didn't try to
description
get
of
them done,
the
and
P
finally
code.
it landed in this
Every CNC gentleman's
a
kit, CNC
random
Colonial
update where the
Naval
landed,
Coalition.
but they're
Isn't that what they're
finally
called?
in there.
Yeah,
And,
but why
Colonial
does it say?
Naval
Wait,
Corps?
Wait,
Yeah.
why
What
does it
they
say
will
cold
do
And
weather?
no
Are they,
is they will
CNC.
help you walk through
are they
water
making it so you
more
freeze in the water?
effectively.
They screwed up. They
And
showed the
might
one
actually.
it
for
will allow you to carry
Oh,
okay.
buckets of
The
water.
remix got. What is this one
The
as well?
water
The
one?
Velian
Here you can
branch
see
of the.
the
I think this
Why
one
is there
is
two
being
of
able
them?
version of
to.
This
it.
one's Kali.
Factions have their own.
This is the
It's like the
Kali.
Coast
other
Guard and
versions
Navy, you know?
And don't
Kali
worry,
tears
you
are
don't need
glorious.
to buy season
Swedish
pass
Naval
or
Coalition or something like that.
pay
Priva.
microtransactions for these.
Oh, yeah.
Although it's not a bad
Honestly,
idea.
we got 2 weapons, but we're gonna have to
But
see
what's-
how
I
good the
kid.
fucking Kali
Oh,
push
so maybe
gun
this
is.
like,
Because I feel like they're thinking
yeah,
insane.
you'll just have them.
Yeah,
build
if it's
Jester's
like
also,
if
it's,
it's what I
it
just
looks
missed,
was
like
also siege
so
equipment
heavy duty.
with 4
If
rockets.
it's a 250
out
that
there.
shoots even
Colonial
double
bird.
their range of their current 250, it's going to
Yeah.
be shit.
And let's
I
talk
think
about
it's gonna be
What?
like a
Shadow
one.
Mist.
Shadow
So
Mist.
some weapons.
Oh,
This is not
Warden.
like the
Looks like a
Habitat.
bomb.
Okay, so
That's a
I
bomb.
think
That's gonna be
we
a
have
bomb in
new
air
arty
update.
shells.
Can't convince me
That's
otherwise.
such a buff. That's actually such a buff.
This is the
Holy
I
shit.
wouldn't be
This is the
surprised if these
rocket,
are what the
and then-
planes drop. They just use these
Yeah.
for the planes.
Yeah, true.
I'm not
I mean,
gonna get into
honestly,
the
yeah, that
bunkers,
makes
I
sense.
can't
This is
quite
Warden.
remember, but this
This
one
is the
helps
one
you
thing, so
breach
that's
Yeah,
what
this is
was
the
in
one
the
thing.
I'm
Jester.
trying to give you guys some
Yeah,
more
but
tools
these,
to
what
so
I'm just-
these can do
Warden
breaching.
Yeah.
bias.
These can
Yeah,
ignore and do breaching.
On a
rocket
I think this
launcher
is-
missile, which is
Kali.
New ammo
Uh,
type.
I
Honestly,
don't
I think
imagine
it's a
these are
Kali
like
nerf and a
that
Warden
video.
buff here.
I don't imagine
Not
these
like
are
a rocket
100%
that shoots into
breach.
the
Like
sky and then
immediately, I
comes
imagine
down.
you have to get the
No.
HP of it down
This
a
They
little
still
bit,
haven't
and
nerfed
then
the
you can breach.
shotgun.
Similar to the
It's
Arctic,
yeah, that's not a
Haven't
free
got over
spot.
the various
So it's
bug,
more of-
bug fixes.
It's
and
like
stuff.
more
Yeah,
of a
it's fine.
direct fire.
But they'll
It's
hit up
more
at
of
some point.
a direct fire weapon.
The
Where
Warden
enemies-
answer to
where
Lunaire
you shoot-
spamming.
Yeah, direct
Yeah,
fire.
but the range is still pretty good.
I mean, this isn't even an
They
honest.
can
This is
shoot
like a
over
Yeah, but
ballistic
we
version.
only
This
have
isn't
one
honest, this is a
vehicle that
ballistic
can
version.
use
something
this.
like that. We'll see.
Yeah, it doesn't
So-
matter.
Kali.
They had a push gun.
Oh,
They
here
had
it
a
is.
push gun.
Here it is.
Oh, so
The
the
Fury
captain
shell.
has
Of course, we need
this is
a
a
Wait,
special
Oh my
50
god, that's
millimeter
cool.
I
That
think
is
this is the
cool.
Kali
rocket.
version
This
for
goes
the
into the
air.
large
It's a
shield
spigot
mortars. This
mortar.
one does.
So
Could
how
we
I
get
imagine
just
this
spigot
working-
mortars for the wardens?
Again, not getting
Probably.
into
How I
specifics,
imagine this
one
working
also
is
has some
ours
extra
probably
features.
has
This
a
one goes into
lower
that, large field
breaching
mortar.
negative or like increase or
what's
whatever the
unique about
threshold
that
is.
is it
This could
arcs
probably
higher.
breach at like
So the
75% or like
or the
60%
Yeah,
or
but
something
existing
stupid.
PH,
field mortar
don't
has a
forget,
much
like,
shallower
the other
mortar, but it
faction will
shoots.
also get an
This one
equivalent to
arcs
use the
pretty
same
high.
ammo
You can
types.
go over some
So we will
obstacles.
get something that
Eventually.
uses
Here it is. Here it is.
some
What's the
point.
distance?
looks so
What's the
good.
distance? Hold on. Give me the
Doesn't
numbers,
say.
bro.
Does not say.
Fuck.
We'll,
But this is like a
we'll
sti-
see.
This is like a Stygian, but for like just hitting bunkers.
Oh, it has to be in place. You have to
Yeah.
set
It
it
has a
up.
high
Which means
firing
it's gonna
arc.
have insane range.
So this has got to be
It
at
has-
least
The clamp
greater
at the
than
bottom
30
looks sick.
meter.
Here it is. The
Oh, that
Warden.
looks so good. That looks such
King
good.
Jester
Shadow
Warden.
missiles.
Air missile launchers.
It
This
shoots
is
4
a
missiles at
sort of
once.
a
That
rework
okay?
of
The
the
Warden
previous
missiles have to be
tank,
worse because
is
you can
that
fire
Well,
correct?
this is a variant of our scout tank though. I'm
Yeah,
happy.
that's correct.
Scout
Yeah.
tank doesn't get
You guys
enough
will
love.
recall
It
this one
looks so
used to
cool.
be
Jester
the
will
old
actually be
rocket
useful.
It's not a new
tank
one. It's just a
mortar
redid of the
variant.
old one.
We moved that to the armored car.
sure.
This one's now the.
Do you
No,
think
this-
it will
No, no,
require
this is the Mark
regular
1.
Jester as a
There
base?
is, yeah,
No,
there's-
this is the scout
They,
tank.
they just
This is
they just
another
said this is the
visual,
Scout Tank
and
rocket
then
one, which is recently
finally we
worked
Oh,
into the
okay.
Scatter one.
Here we
Now
go. The
this one
HE.
is the.
this
old
Oh,
one.
look, the armor
Oh,
car.
did they just did they remove the old scout tank
Yeah, I think
one?
they
It's just
replaced it.
replaced-
They
Oh,
redid
10
it.
high
Shadow was that one.
explosives,
This
right?
takes over. This takes its spot.
And again,
Ten,
it has that
wow.
increased
10?
range,
Oh, I
so
didn't think it was
hopefully
10
this
rockets.
get used.
That's
This
kind
is
of
to
broken. Okay.
replace
Looks
the
like
role
4.
of the scout tank.
Yeah, I was expecting like 6 maybe.
Right.
Like no.
No,
These
push
are
shells
sick.
were
I
on
want
this
this.
was never used.
I want this
One
O'Brien,
more
please.
section
Thank
here.
you.
With the fire
But does,
suppression,
but does this
suppressing
replace the
things,
Sky Caller?
So,
No, no, it does
If
not.
the
No,
Collie
no,
one
this
has
replaces
anything,
Not a
the
it's
old
sky
just-
Jester.
the fire rockets.
depends on the
If
cost.
the yeah, if the Collie push gun has
I
oh
don't
wait, new
care
video.
about-
Shh. New
There
video.
you go.
New video. Respect.
Video.
Underground fortress.
Word.
Wait, what's new
I'm
superstructure?
kind of scared now. What is
New
this?
superstructure.
Oh my god. It's like, oh my god, what the fuck?
What is it?
It's gonna be broken. Wait, it goes underground.
Wait.
Hold on. Oh my god.
Hold on a fucking minute. Yo.
Bro,
Wait,
what
is this a
what
spawn
devs are
base?
cooking?
I think
This is
it's
spawn
base.
point.
I think it's a
This
base.
is a spawn point.
They're protecting against RT.
That's already resistant spawn point for sure.
Already
Oh my
resistance.
God, the devs are actually cooking it so hard right now.
Spawn.
Yeah,
will
just a
say-
small
An
update.
underground strong point that can only be designed from explosive.
Yes, explosives
What?
placed
Inside.
So that is
What?
just
I
one
can talk
second
about what I
spawn
think.
What
point.
is
But
wrong with the
first-
devs? They're actually
Yeah,
Point.
it's
Randy,
It's
so
always a
I
small
think
update.
I think I'll
down
talk
there,
more
but
about
okay.
like,
it's a super
the
spawn
history
point.
of why. Of
I'm
us
sure
wanting
it's-
to do
it's
this,
gonna
and
act
then
like a
maybe
regular
Max can
bunker,
get more into the
probably.
gameplay side.
No,
Like,
I
so
wouldn't
they
know.
showed-
You
they
guys-
showed
house.
us
Then.
that they can
design
make
the
Safe house
trench and
bunker.
bunker
It's a safe
system.
house
They-
bunker.
We
they
always
can go a
wanted
layer
to
deeper. We can get
in
tunnel
the
Panic
warfare.
room. It's awesome.
They
I'll be
added
right
us
back.
to
Yeah,
guys.
we will get
the
tunnel
underground
warfare.
bunker
They
that
added
Now
us
we'll
to
get
the
tunnel warfare.
below ground.
Okay, this is
further
actually
than
so
Saddam Hussein.
Saddam
I-
found
Foxhole
you.
tunnel
the
warfare
other
before
bunkers.
GTA
So
6.
there was always this.
Yeah.
There was a diagram that
That's
we
the
pulled.
truth of it. It's not the
from World
underground
War
fortress. This
II.
is
I
the
believe
Saddam
it
Hussein
was,
bunker.
from
Exactly.
They're calling this
where
a small
it's at the side of a
update.
mountain. It's
I thought it was
Definitely.
just gonna be
like a
color
cutaway
changes. This is
of
my second
all the
ever
Bro,
update.
if this is a
that
small
extended
update,
all
I'm
the way
scared
to
of the plane
ground,
update,
and
bro.
This
we always wanted
reworks
to have some
building
version
and
of that,
front
but,
lines completely.
we
I'm
didn't
sorry,
have
Devin.
Yeah, like
This
pushing is
the-
going to be
we
completely
we
different.
didn't have the tech at the
can't
time,
just
and
do
it was
the
also
tunnel
Bigger
just
Bismarck's
all
bunker.
Well, no.
it was also
You know what makes me even more scared?
there was always other things that were
Well,
higher
They said
priority.
this
but
can't be destroyed
now that we're
unless you get into it, right?
revisiting the
Yeah,
But it
yeah,
probably can be
yeah,
damaged. It
you
probably
see
can be
it.
damaged.
like a safe house.
this
It
can
in,
only
and,
be
that's
destroyed
sort
from
of
inside.
Can this work
what,
like every other
the
superstructure?
history of
And can I
the-
surround it in
of
howitzers?
us wanting to do this concept.
Oh.
And Max, now you can talk
But
about.
like, here's the thing, right? If it's
how it
how
actually
it's
impacts the
ours.
game.
if it can't be destroyed, like
so,
it can only be destroyed
you guys
inside.
will
Wouldn't you want like
recall
18?
way
And
back
not
when
even
It's
18.
like
You just
But-
slap.
but-
You just
but-
surround it in rifle
where players could
garrisons.
never
But the thing is
So they
you
can't
put
be
it
destroyed.
put it
Fight.
behind
They would
your
always-
artillery
the fight
and
would
your
always
your
happen
front
It
on
has
the
a
lines,
edges
and
of
then you
town
stockpile.
have a
because
It has
that's
a
where you could build
stockpile.
defenses, and as soon as you broke through those lines of defenses, the
this?
town would just
Yeah, but can
fall.
you access?
And what we
access
did
Hey,
to
underground
help
strong
underground
quick.
floors
pull
When
the
you be
fight
destroyed.
into the city was add safe houses.
2
And
underground
that
floors. Wait,
is,
what?
Again, tying in with all of the
2
bunker building
underground
that we've added
floors.
here.
Oh,
We
I think you're
want-
talking
Oh,
about
we
like the
didn't
main
just
one and then
Yeah,
like
all
the
to the
main
bunker.
one.
Yeah.
Bunkers. We wanted to
Okay,
give
so
you a
it is
reason to go
equivalent to
inside.
safe houses out
And
on
we
the
thought,
field.
what better way
Yeah,
to do this than
basically.
the tried and
It
tested
looked like there's an
method,
elevator
which
for
is the
more.
underground fortress or a player
You see
built
that?
safe house.
Yeah, but
I think
there's
they
not
want to
bad
expand
in
on
the
this in
safe
the
house.
future.
Walk
What is
not
people
bad in the
posting in
safe
chat?
house.
Oh, it's Saddam
hit the
Hussein hiding.
explosion.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Saddam
yeah,
Hussein's
yeah.
body. Saddam's
And
body.
you can breach all of the. You can add
What is
rooms
wrong
to
with
all of
people?
those
The
side
Saddam
pieces,
Hussein
just
Yeah,
like
family
we
well,
can
welcome to the Foxhole community.
mechanical rooms to
What I
use
see
Saddam
is
Hussein was in a
the-
cave.
Oh my
This is more-
God.
express your
No,
my God,
gas grenade
gas.
magnet.
Gas
How to
down
farm
there.
kills.
and then
Holy
you can breach
fuck.
it. When you attack this, you could.
I can
blow
just see,
all the
like,
pieces
put
around
firing
it, but it
ports
won't
and
go
use the
down
new
until
firing
you
ports
walk
on there, but I'm
inside.
scared that somebody
Pulling
tosses
players
one
in,
mammon
making
through
it
the
so
fucking
it's not
window or
just an
punch a
artillery
bullet through
that-
the window
It's not just
and
artillery
demolishes
that
the
will
entire
clear out
thing.
a base. You have to send your guys in and go blow it up.
I
Next
think-
question is, can you repair from
Here we
down
go.
below?
Hold on,
Alright,
wait. They're
and
explaining
here's
it. They're
just
explaining it.
concept art to show the development
This has got to be
process.
expensive
The-
as shit. I'm
the
sorry. There's no
basement
way it's
floor
not.
At the bottom
Oh yeah,
left,
this is gonna be
was
like a
changed
last
eventually
resort
to
thing, like when
be
you're
what
about to
was
lose a
on the
war,
right.
so you just
I
have
could
them
see
like-
like entire front lines
That's
only
otherwise,
consisting
it's
of
gonna be
those.
expensive.
Imagine-
Oh, there's ladders to the roof.
Imagine an
There's
entire
ladders.
field only filled with those. That would be so annoying to deal with.
Imagine cubes, guys. Imagine cubes.
Different.
Like
Cubes with
RSCs will get
the-
nerfed so hard with this. You have to have infantry. You can't just have
Yeah,
like
that's it.
5
That's
RSCs.
Mortal
it for
fucking-
Oh shh.
this
Wait,
update.
wait.
And as usual,
Oh, it's just
we're
Q&A.
going to be doing a
Wow.
Say anything about
No-
shotguns, it might just be in the
Reddit
dev notes.
shortly
Wait, no
after
death
the
man.
stream,
No,
and then,
shotgun.
we'll let you guys
No, they didn't
know
bring it
We'll see.
when
It
the
might
dev
just be in the
branch
patch
is gonna
notes.
hit, which is
No
hopefully very soon.
airborne though. No airborne
That
peak.
is
Air branch?
it for now. Matt,
Usually it
so
takes them
I
about a
think
half
we
hour to
can
hour to get it
sign
up.
off after.
So
Yeah,
That was a bit of a touch and go situation there at the beginning.
Shotgun.
Yeah, I know.
Off of it,
I mean, it
and,
was totally fine afterwards. I don't know. You know, sometimes things just happen, and you got to roll with the
Yeah.
punches. If we did miss anything, we probably will be throwing some slides up because it caused some other technical issues where some text was cut off. We apologize
So
for
they're
that.
doubling down
Hopefully,
on
it
the
doesn't
large
happen
ship,
next time.
large holes.
So we'll
Yep.
make sure that you guys can see some of that
I'm not
information that
happy
got
about
cut off
that,
as well.
honestly. I'm not a big fan
So,
of
This is
large
kind of a
yeah,
large
thanks
ship
everybody,
nerf thing.
and as always,
Why they got young Apathok, an
stay
Asian man with no
foxy.
furniture, and like a Russian sleep. You know that Russian sleep experiment? that
Oh,
they
yep,
mentioned?
yep, it's there.
That's it?
Oh.
Okay.
I'm kind of
Oh.
bummed they didn't show any
There's no-
previews for
Wait.
her.
They were about to
didn't.
do it, and somebody cut the stream off.
What's the video? What's the
I must
VOD?
say that bingo card is not
Whoever's
it, bro.
in control of the fucking dev stream cut it off and just fucked it over.
The last
Guys,
update
need
was
to
a
go back to
small
more
update, and
important
all they
stuff.
added was
No, they were
flags. I
gonna
was
We're
expecting
through
fucked.
they were gonna go back through the things and show the airborne thing. They were teasing it.
Oh wait, is it streaming again? Is it up again? Hold on, please, come
There's a
on.
video.
What? That's
Yeah.
it?
Bob,
What?
No, somebody
They
killed
probably
the stream.
accidentally ended it, and then just like now, yeah, not worth to get it back on only for a teaser.
They
Where's
probably
the
won't.
airborne, bro?
Yeah, I wanted a little bit of just some.
But there was no
some
shotgun
footage.
nerf.
Yeah, no shotgun nerf.
I see
And
thumbnail, but
wait
please.
for the patch notes. They're coming.
No.
Screw the patch
I just
notes,
want to see some
bro.
planes.
Start
I'm
the
with you.
stream again. Exactly. Where's the like Warden Bomber and the Collie Fighter? That's what I want to see.
Small
Or like a
update, they
torpedo.
said.
Airborne.
Okay,
Don't
honestly,
expect
a torpedo
airborne
bomber would
until
be
I know, but I
great.
just wanted to see a cool trailer.
Torpedo
That's all.
bomber.
Something
Just-
hype.
Imagine how annoying it is if you have an entire field of those underground fortresses.
Yeah. It would be like it would be like
Pretty sure the
imagine not.
there
Oh
were
my god!
Ah,
Imagine the
you all
imagine not
you
line
all
of
are
that.
talking about that.
King
I'm
Cage,
still
man,
on
King
the.
Cage.
I'm still on the. Did they say what rockets the AC truck?
Yes, the
it's,
AC.
high
The
explosive,
high
high
explosive
explosive.
rockets.
Explosives.
No, no
Okay.
flame, no
it,
flame.
it takes over from the King
So
Jester.
we use the AC one for high explosives and the Sky Caller for
Yeah.
8 fire ones.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Saddam Hussein. Fucking
Are they still spamming
Oh,
it?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
you go
press
into the,
Corp Gaming, bro. Why is that live?
Go into the
They
patch
seriously
specific
won't
list.
restart. That's crazy. That's crazy. No fucking airborne teaser. That's it. You know, I was gonna be excited about airborne, but not anymore. Mhm.
No, I
Happening.
think the only thing that would have showed us the same trailer we already saw.
Probably.
No, surely not.
They
Yes,
probably would.
the way I know him, yes.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
lazy.
you can't go to the Reddit because they're gonna do Q&A there.
Fair enough.
Yeah, maybe I go there.
All right. Well, I'm gonna
what
turn
Reddit
the
is
stream
that
off.
again?
So
Oh,
I'll
already
log
good.
out of the stream real quick. Thanks for watching,
it's like
everyone, hanging
Foxhole
out real
game.
quick. And I just wanted to show that, and I got some other stuff to do today, but that was fun checking out the dev stream. And I'll be back
Oh
on
no, it's
Thursday.
already Saddam Hussein meme.
That is still crazy. Khalid's